Yeah, hold on. Let me call you right back.
Hey, peeps, how y'all? I'm just sharing the show everywhere.
Damn, what happened on my camera? There we go. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Crucial Conflict. Uh, Tonight we're going to be talking about those majorettes. And let me introduce uh, the co-host, Mr. Matt Francis, K5. Can I say K5? Or is it
You
no?
can say K-Fire. Yes, absolutely.
Because I don't
I'm
want
honored. Honored.
I don't want them Kennedy boys telling me nothing. Bad enough they got some read people in their feelings right now. Can't let
Man, that's wild, man.
before they boys put people in their feelings. I ain't gonna say nothing. Yeah, I ain't the one that gospel. But you ain't heard that from me. Uh, and of course, you got me, one of the hosts, Mr. Van Derek Averson. And then we have some special guest. We have a special guest because we talking about the majorettes, the pretty majorettes. Uh, Miss Nia from Opera Walker. She would have been my majorette coach if we went to alumni. That's what you didn't know.
Oh, but I'm a Cap Dudes majorette coach, so it don't even matter. It
You know
don't
what
even matter.
Oh, snap. It's starting off fiery.
I mean? And well, she came with a nice plan. She's really about our business. That's all I can say. She's really about our business.
Gotta be.
So before we start, before we get into this majorette show, I want to talk about, man. You know, my boy Matt came down here last week. Talk about the majorettes, the pretty majorettes. And I really wanted to discuss this right quick. About a few minutes. Like, my boy Matt came from Dallas, born and raised in New Orleans, and like something got a shake in the city of New Orleans, man. My man car got broken into visiting his people. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta, that's why this band stuff is very important that we do. These extracurricular activities is very important that we do because and we all know ain't nobody but some stupid kids that did that.
Thanks.
So I know Matt did a whole live about it. You know what I'm saying? And Matt not the only one. You know, they got a lot of people that come down here to enjoy themselves and got to deal with stupidity. And what
Sir,
happens
Gail
is,
Benson was getting carjacked.
yeah,
Gail Benson, like,
Gail Benson got carjacked?
yes.
yeah. And then when nigga realized who she was, he left. He left.
Dog, I know you playing.
Yeah, Gail Benson.
Well, I ain't sick then. I mean, I'm good.
Yeah, Gail. Yeah,
I
heard
mean, who am I? City's done more for the city than me. I'm good. I'm out of there.
when the dude realized who she was, he got out the car and left. Like she kind of played. I think they said she like said, "You know who I am?"
Yeah.
And he was like, and he looked at her, and they said he left out the thing, man.
Say, man, you know what though? I hate to say this. Let me. I didn't even know you was gonna go this route, but I'm always flow with you, and I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just sharing. I'm sharing the show in as many groups as I can. I got to do it once we start the show. So y'all, please pardon me. That's the reason why I'm looking down. But um, in all honesty, um, I'm thankful that I was with my kids this weekend, man, and none of my like they wasn't we wasn't in the car. Nobody got like hurt. I was most thankful about that. Um, crap. Okay. Well, if it ain't shared somewhere, you look, y'all share this post, man. Share the thing. Hey, so I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Initially, when it happened, like I mean, you always thankful when don't nobody get hurt, right? Um, what up, Wayne? That's always the first thing you think, man. Then you get angry. You know what I mean? If you don't get angry first, um, but I look up, man, like they didn't win in my truck, man. But and initially, I said, man, I ain't coming back to New Orleans for a long time. Honestly, man, I was down there working. Like I had studio sessions down there, and But I said, man, I'm not coming back home for a long time because that shit annoying, man. Like you really start feeling like you can't have nice stuff in New Orleans. Like you can't you work hard to get what you want, and then some asshole, some evil person, and make no bones about this, taking something that doesn't belong to you, that somebody worked to get, that you just come take in an instant, and you'll never appreciate it because you didn't work for it because you're an evil bastard, right? Um,
Facts.
when that kind of thing happens, it does cause resentment, man. Shy initially said that, but honestly, man, I'm thankful. I'm thankful that it happened to me. I was able to get it fixed the next day, man. I'm thankful that it didn't happen to somebody that had to choose between getting their glass fixed, and whether their kids were gonna eat. You know what I mean? Because when you're an evil bastard, or you know somebody in your family is evil, and you condone it, and having them even around you is condoning it. We got to stop forgiving this stuff. That's evil. We got to stop not ratting black people. That's not what they mean when they say don't rat. If there's a rapist in your family, if there's a child molester, rat on him. Call the fucking police. He's easy. Excuse my French, but he's a bastard. So if you know somebody that's pulling guns on old people and women, and they possibly could hurt our children, the weakest of our society are women and children. At least I'm a man. But if you know people willing to hurt our elderly, we got to start turning these people in. Like
Right.
this is just evil. That's messed up. One
Right.
of that could have went all kinds of bad, man. Somebody literally shot my glass out. Like that could have went all kinds of bad. So when and I'm visiting the city. I mean, I would hate to live there. I was there like 6 days. Like the likelihood of it happening, right? I was definitely, if you live there, I mean, and man, when I was at the little spot in the east getting my car fixed, no lie, it was so many cars pulling up that had been broken into. I
Damn.
mean, I couldn't believe that. But anyway, um, man, God bless them. We got to do better with these youngsters, though, man. Because I fear, my biggest fear is that bad stuff is gonna start happening to them.
Exactly.
People are gonna get fed up. People gonna get tired, and bad stuff. Because at the end of the day, they really are children, and they're full of bad decisions. So that is my fear. So, um, but anyway, I'm off. I'm off my Yeah, well, the elderly not off limits to these kids. Look, check this. They just ran up on a man that was in his 70s, man, pull a gun out on him and pistol whipped him. Yeah, that happened in the East. I was looking after it happened to me it happened to me on Thanksgiving, but after it happened uh to dude Giovanni, I was like, oh man, that's I looked into it, man. They ran up on a man in his 70s.
That don't
That's
make
that's
sense.
that's wild, man. So um, you know, I'm a son of the city. So, I mean, needless to say, man, I'll be back. I can't wait to get back and come back home and work again. But we got to do better, black people, and we got to stop making excuses for evil. That's evil. Again, if your neighborhood murderer, it's okay to rat on him. That's fine. Like it, no, he's killing people. It could be your nephew or cousin or something next that this evil person does that to. So we got to do better, people. I'm not trying to be on my soapbox like this, but anyway, so we're gonna change the subject. Um, but shout out to Johnny caring enough to say something about it, man. I didn't even know he was gonna say that. Anyway, um, this show tonight is about majorettes. I'm a John F. Kennedy alumni, as my shirt so eloquently says, and so at our school, um, that was a big deal. Like the pageantry of having all of those units. On the last show, I heard somebody say that they didn't always take all of the units to everything.
That's true. We
I
experienced that too.
Nah, at Kennedy, we took everything everywhere. Like it was just such a big deal, and honestly, it looked nice. You know what I mean? It
Yes.
looks so effing nice when you have the girls and their little faces are made up and they got in their little uniforms and they clean them shoes, babies. Like if it's the beginning of the parade and I see you, are you
And
marching in
your
the
back
game?
home tips.
I mean, can you please have the? Oh my God! Like that was a big deal. Like Kennedy, your stuff being clean. They would make the first year girls
That's
Oh,
clean
dope.
everybody.
what you say, Kennedy?
Yeah.
Hazing going on. That's hate. That's a form of hazing, right?
No, you have to come to appreciate it. If this is your first year, the other girls are gonna sit over there and chill, and
What
you
is
go
that?
clean
What is
them
that called?
stuff.
What is that called? What is that called, man? It is a form
That's
of,
co- that's an initiation process. That's
Yeah,
that's
earning your colors or something like that.
also a form of what?
you better say it, Nina. No, that's not a form. No, 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 no. I know where you're going. That's not a form of hazing. I don't think that's hazing.
So they did it, Jay.
If something is just given to you, Johnny, you'll never appreciate it.
But so you telling me y'all haze that John F. Kennedy?
No, that's absolutely not what I'm saying. Not that we. No, no, sir. That's not what I'm saying. No, we didn't. We didn't.
Though that you can stay in Alabama, you don't never have to come back to the city. Cause yeah, that is hazing. But at the end of the day, yeah, like he said, man, Major Rush was a big thing. Like it's I ain't gonna lie, it's nothing funner than seeing Major Rush challenge each other. Like
I used to
like
like it too.
like the art of just them that tones just swirling so fastly.
Oh
And you
man.
like, wow, like how the hell she get to fucking twirl that shit that fast? You know what I'm saying? Like you just be looking at that thing like, duh, just keep going like that. You know what I'm saying? You like, man, keep twirling that thing that fast. I know. I'm gonna tell you, we had a good little majorette team this year, and this little girl, her name was Destiny. She just graduated. She was serious about majorette. Like she was real serious, and man, she used to make things go so fast. I used to be like, man, that girl was something else. Man,
But Johnny, on the slick, it ain't just that they moving fast. They be having technique with that shit.
yeah.
Like you be like, God damn, if this baby hurt herself, I'm gonna be mad at that damn coach. That be
Oh, yeah.
mad.
I can address one thing too, because some stuff been coming to me. If we have shows about any units or anything, and we say something that you don't like, and we ask you to come on the show, please just come find us and tell us. Don't tell everybody else how you feel. Come tell us. It does not make sense when we ask you to come on the show and you feel like we said something that you didn't like, and then you want to say it afterwards. Come find us. We always here every Thursday 7 o'clock. We can redo the show. If you want to get your point across, we can redo the show.
Now here's the thing though, when you come, just come right. Don't
Make
if you
sure you
say
come
something
right.
crazy, then you might get attacked by everybody on the show. So that's the only thing. Is
So
just say it right.
Nia, give us your majorette. Where we go majorette fact. We need to find out who you are, what you about. You know what I'm
We
saying?
need to know every school you ever marched for and taught at, even if you were a sister. I want to know everything.
Okay, so I'm gonna start from when I was younger. My mother was the majorette captain for Francis T. Nichols,
Oh,
and my oldest
yeah.
brother was in the band at Carver when Rollins was the band director, and my oldest sister went to Aberson, and she played clarinet. You so head ass. So
What her
I
name
was
was?
always what
What her name was?
Danisha. She played clarinet.
Danisha. Yeah, she was good.
Anyways, so
I
I
know.
was always around, the NOLA band culture, but it wasn't until my sister Danisha took me into the band room for the first time and I got to hear Abe play Unleash the Dragon by Cisco. And I was just like so amazed. Like I wanted to be a part of it so bad. And I remember her band director, Mr. Foy, asking me if I was going to come there for high school and be in a band. And I was like, oh no, I'm going to the K. I'm going to be a majorette. Like, that's where I'm going. And so he was like, that's good too, long
You
as
better
you
say
enjoy
that.
it. So what ended up happening, obviously over Katrina, we moved to Dallas. And the only reason why we moved back to New Orleans was because I wanted to march. And I didn't get the opportunity of learning how to twirl until the summer before my 11th grade year. That's when I got to Walker, and they had like the longest waiting list, and the easiest way to get in was to get on a marching auxiliary or play a sport or something. So that's how I became a majorette. It was extremely hard. It was gruesome practice. Like Rollins didn't play with us at all. So yeah, I'm very thankful for it.
Oh, so Matt, are you going to say anything about Opera Walker tonight?
There not be no diss.
Look at Smash. She said, "Yes, sir."
Man, unmute your mic.
So, hey, let me tell you this.
My bad. I normally have some very poignant things to say about Walker because we have one of our hosts who went to Walker who said stuff about my school. But since you're on here, I'm gonna be nice.
Thank you.
Also,
Darrell is not nearly as pretty as you are. So we're gonna let you get him.
yeah.
Yes.
I love
How was Darrell in high school? What you tell us about that?
How high school was?
How was Darrell in high school?
Yes, tell us about Darrell in high school.
Darrell was very nice to me. I was one of those girls. Okay, so like I was taught that the majorettes date the drum section, like anybody in the drum section. So my boyfriend was the section leader of the snares. And I used to ask him 50 million questions, and he used to be like, "You need to start talking to other people in the band. I'm tired of asking all your questions." So I asked Darrell. He was very nice. He explained everything with street beat is, why we have to hold, like why we have to march to the stadium, why like everything.
Friendly. He was just being
nice.
friendly. He was just being friendly.
Did Darrell have a girlfriend in high school?
I really don't remember.
He didn't have one. Do you remember y'all's prom? Yes, okay, well that's my guy. But did he have a date for the prom?
I don't know. I was at prom for like 3 hours and then I left, so I don't know.
I was at prom.
Well, in 3 hours, I think if he'd had a date, I think you would have saw. So let's move on to the next question.
Hold on, I gotta add one more thing to ask about Darrell. So when he was telling you all this, did he like say, "Can I get your number?"
No,
like,
he was like very gentleman. He was very nice. He was nice.
Oh
wow. Okay.
So he wanted to play a game. I just trying to figure out what the conversation was.
I just kind of walked up to him. I was like that with all of them. Like if I wanted to know something, I would just ask them. But he was the most like detail oriented as far as the answer. Like he would explain everything to me. So I like that.
This dude turned into some fucking crazy. Oh, so let's get back to the main topic. So, before we came home, I had asked a question, and you and Matt kind of answered the question, like, where did the form of the Majorettes come from? Did it actually even start in New Orleans? Do anybody can give us like a history?
I don't think it originated in New Orleans. I just think our style of it did, and I'm not sure the year, maybe the 50s or the 60s.
It's probably before then. Like
Maybe
I'm telling
before,
you,
yeah.
it was majorettes on like happy days. It was majorettes on shows like when they would have parades. Like you can go back and look at old clips, and yeah, they would be on there.
Can we say that
majorettes is a very old thing?
Can we say that majorettes was probably the first unit that was added with the band?
Yeah,
probably so. I believe so.
Majorette is a drum majorette. It's a girl drum major. So
they kind of led the band and added flair to it. Yeah.
Teaching me something. I didn't know that. Oh, that's why Jay Stay had that guy in front of the band when they was doing that with the
I knew that was gonna come up. I felt like that was gonna come up.
Hey, are you also the show is open for anybody that's a majorette to come on. So if Rob is gonna put that in the link. If you in a chat, if you want to come on and give us your majorette facts, that's cool. Also, what made you interested in? I mean, you brought us through a little history of that, but like, what caught your eye when you decided to be a majorette? Like, what really caught your eye?
It was two things. One of them is their glittery outfits. I'm extremely girly, so that's why I didn't want to join the band because they stink. They horns stink. Like I can't be overly beautiful. So I was like, I'm going to fuck with them. And then I was very intrigued by the fact that they can execute their routines the way that they do, like throwing batons around their neck, around the back at the same time on beat with the band. Like that was very interesting to me. And I knew it was extremely hard, and I wanted to challenge myself to learn how to do something. I felt like dance was easy. I felt like cheerleading was easy. I felt like color guard, I'm too cute for. So I was going for majorette. And I always wanted to be in front of the band. I always wanted to be in performance. I always wanted to be looked at. So they were the most, highly recommended, especially at Walker. It was like, if you want that NOLA band legacy clout, if you want to earn it, you want to join the majorettes.
Boy, these boys trying to holler at you in this chat. That boy Terrence Jemison been looking for a girl for
Look, I'm gonna tell you right now. You right though on that when you said you ain't want to be in the band, because I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I would never say this because I have a great appreciation for them, but a lot of those band girls, they used to look rough. Like,
yes,
they used to have to pin their hair back, and it would get bushy under that hat, and oh God, it would be bad.
Well, name a school that had a lot of girls that in the band.
35 had some rough looking. I'm like, some of them was cute. Some of them was cute at 35, but man, 35 has some. Oh shit, Robin! Ah, our boss Robin, she went to 35. I'm tripping. We shouldn't have said that. Robin is cute though, but like some of those girls. What?
You said that, man. I didn't say that.
So you think all of those girls and I'm glad I didn't let that slip out.
Hey, let's talk more, but let's go back to majorettes.
Okay, let's do that. You was right though, Mama. I'm with you on that. There was some cute band girls, but some of
I wanted to be cute all the time. That was my thing.
Oh. She was about to come on here and say something, man.
No, 35 has some pretty girls in the band, but some of them, I mean, like if you're a girl and you play tuba, like, and you loud on that thing and you be doing the whole, that's not cute. Like, don't nobody want, like, if you think that's hot, if my girlfriend can't never play on the breakdown when it's just my girl and the drummers right now. Oh no, indeed. That's out the question. Can't happen. Oh, Terrence said, hold up. He must have dated a tuba player.
Ew.
Johnny, your phone muted?
Yay. No, we can't hear you.
Man, what the
now we
can hear you now.
All right, something wrong with this thing. So, like, when it come down to competition and you back in your days, like, who did you look forward to battling, like, when you was a majorette?
So I marched from 2010 to 2012. I graduated in 12. Our majorette rivalry was 3-5 before. Well, I think when Bria was the captain, that was the last time they was considered competition to us. I idolized G. I idolized Keisha. Like, I wanted to be just like them, just at Walker. So those teams, when G and Keisha and Bria were captains, they were very, very, very good at executing. They didn't drop as much. They had a lot of tricks. So it was kind of fascinating to see, like, how well we could put together the same types of twirls and battle each other with it. And both of us spent really fast. Both teams like picked up their feet. We pointed our toes. We were very, very, very executing with the technique. And then as far as like sides of New Orleans goes, a lot of people used to want to put us against Carr because Carr was our considered rival school, but they were just so prissy and bougie that they didn't really like. There was like nothing to compete. It was just like, y'all don't go as hard as we do. Y'all don't work as hard as we do. So y'all aren't competition. And as far as outside of 3-5, we always wanted to battle McMain. We never got to do it. It was just that one time we was crossing the Crescent City Connection, going to a parade, and they was hanging out they bus window talking shit. We hanging out our bus window talking shit. Like, meet us at lineup if you want it, and we still didn't get the battle. So that was just it. Mainly 3-5.
I probably know why y'all didn't get the battle. But I'm gonna say that for another shit. I know why.
Does it have something to do with our bands?
I just know the leader sometimes run from the competition. But I'm gonna just pass it back. Look, we got Jay Martin on here.
Listen, my girl from. Oh wait, I see your shirt, Jay. You see mine?
Yeah.
Hey! I see you, baby girl. Oh,
Yeah, I
gold
wasn't
and
able to make his funeral, so I gotta, throw my little thing on here now.
Rest in
Yeah, I
peace
gotta
to
do
Doc.
girl,
my
you
thing.
made me go change. Um, but nah, Jay. So what we want you to start off by doing is give your band facts. Like tell us everywhere you marched and every position you held.
My name is Jay Martin. I'm a graduate of John F. Kennedy Senior High School. Woo, woo, woo.
What year you
Okay,
graduated?
class of 1997.
We marched
Um,
together.
yeah, we marched together. I marched with Matt. Well, I was there when Matt got there.
Yeah.
Um,
I was there.
Let me see. I actually marched at Gregory. I marched with FW Gregory, but I was on a drill team at Gregory. It was a funny story. I wanted to be a flag twirler because they had the cute like cowgirl outfits, but the sponsor wouldn't let me on because I've always been my size, like I've always been thicker, and she told me my hips was too big. So I was like, oh well, I'm going to be on the color guard. So I did drill team at Gregory. Um, and while I did drill team at Gregory, that's when I taught myself actually how to twirl. I took my mama the blinds off of the sticks, and I started teaching myself how to twirl because I like Kennedy majorettes because they had these big old pretty crowns that I wanted to wear. So I was like, yeah, I need to go there. I wanted to go there. So I marched for Kennedy my 10th through 12th grade year. My second year I was co-captain. My fourth year I was not fourth year, my third year I was one of the captains because I wasn't the only captain. I shared my captain position. Um After that, I was out of town actually. So like after Katrina, I didn't come back till 2011. So I really wasn't up on what majoretting was. Now I just knew what I knew about majoretting. But when I came back, I got called for a position at Lake Area under Keith Thomas. He knew, I knew Keith from Kennedy because he was there when I was there. So I coached Lake Area majorettes from I want to say 2013 to 2016. After that, I didn't do anything for like years. I'm a mama, so I was doing that. I coached Livingston Majorettes this year. I was one of the second coach. Yeah, I coached Livingston Majorettes this past year. When Kennedy Majorettes came back, I would go over there, put my little 2 to 3 cents in when needed or when asked. But that's about it.
That's what's up. Listen, I want to get into some messy stuff.
Oh God.
Have you ever, first off, have y'all schools ever took a L? Like, have you ever took a L to a majorette section
Like when I was in school,
when you was in school?
no. And I'm gonna say that with a very straight face. In my face, in my eyes, no.
Now, Jade, it might be somebody on here that's watching from one of the
I mean,
schools.
that's fine.
You mean
Like
to
I
tell me?
said, you
I
heard
know
what I said,
Fort
right?
has some
In
major.
my eyes,
No,
Kennedy was the best they had. Only people that gave Kennedy competition when they came out was John Mack.
there's
That
some
was
good
it.
girls.
That was it. Cause they was clean. They came out like my second years when they came back out with a bang. And they was clean. Like anybody else, it was who we playing? Oh, okay. No, 35 was nice.
35 was
Um,
good.
35 was good. Yeah, I knew a couple of chicks over there. Forche was Forche. Um,
So what was Fort? What that mean? Because I thought Fort had a nice too.
they
Raggedy.
did. Okay, let me tell you, like the crazy thing about Forche, I be laughing at Matt all the time when he messed with Forche because you could tell Forche people from anywhere.
You
Let me tell
could.
you
They
why. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you
I don't know.
another funny story. When I went to Livingston, right, under Dietrich Jones, right, me and him had a 2 to 3 minute conversation, like when I first started there because I got recommended from somebody else, right? First, I had been practicing with the girls a couple of days. Our first day that we went outside to go marching, right? He blew the whistle. He was like, tweet. They said one. They said, tweet, tweet. 1, 2. Them niggas got down on their knee. I turned around. I said, that nigga went to full shit. I said it so loud. I said, say, what school you went to? Man, I went to the folk. I thought so. That was the funniest stuff I had seen in so long.
They was. Do you remember?
Shout out to Jones. That boy's a beast. Real talk.
Dedrick nice though.
I put him.
Do you remember though when that group of thugs used to follow behind Fauché when they marched? Do you remember that? Like 500 ignorant animals.
Nobody.
Yeah. Do you remember when that group of?
I had a boyfriend with the Fauché.
You mess with somebody with the Fauché?
Oh,
like 10th grade year, 11th grade year.
You lucky to be alive. You blessed.
No, he wasn't one of the thugs. He was in a band though, but he wasn't.
Oh, it don't matter. Oh, they had a bunch of thugs in that band. I get what?
We went to church together. Don't do that. He wasn't one of them.
It's thugs that went to Fauché that with that. Let me tell you something. You lucky when y'all broke up. That boy didn't slit your throat.
Boy, I ain't about to mess with
I'm not about to play with you, Bob.
But anyway.
Hey, Nina, how you doing?
So, hey. Nina, I have a serious question. Have you ever been marching in your school? Like real talk, took a L.
Yeah, definitely. The 3-5 game. I think it was 2010. They served us in Pan Am, and that heat. They came to play. And my mom actually picked me up from the game that day, and I was walking past their bus with my ex-best friend now, and they were like doing the bounce beat on the window, and it was like, we merged y'all, like on the bus window. So ever since that day, I went back to practice. I was like, y'all, we gotta fuck them up. The next time we meet, I don't care if it's at lineup, I don't care if they want battle at their school, we gotta fuck them up. So the next football season, we did ended up, getting our win back. But yeah, they tore us up that day.
I'm just trying to figure out how come. Man, I gotta just say this. I'm about to go at Kennedy. Y'all Kennedy people act like y'all never took an L on nothing. And
let me say this.
Y'all have taken L's.
Johnny, let me say this. It's not that we.
Not my years. We have not my years.
We don't know what that is.
Not my years. Like real. I'm gonna tell you. If I took one, I could take one, and I'm gonna tell you how I took it.
Kennedy, a person is
not my years.
When we was there, our football team wasn't that good.
Look, before somebody from Kennedy say they took an L, they gonna make an excuse about something.
No, I'm not gonna make an excuse for nothing.
The football team. I would say this.
The football team wasn't good.
The football team won maybe 4 times. Like we didn't win nothing for the football team, but I mean nobody went there for the football team anyway. So that was our the football team.
My senior, Kennedy won. I think Kennedy won. No, Kennedy won.
Yeah, like
this was after we got out though. Yeah. But the whole time me and Jay was
started winning a lot.
Kennedy football team was so bad. I don't think we won a homecoming in the 90s.
Damn.
Maybe later.
Like Kennedy really do hold some kind of record. Oh, I know we held it for the longest stretch without winning a homecoming game. Yeah, Doc used to always say that's because y'all spoiled. And boy, we'll talk about that in our Kennedy group. But our football team was terrible.
We'll go back to this. So y'all mean to tell me, yeah, you never took an L in none of your 4 years at Kennedy?
I was there 3 years, and I'm gonna say it again. No.
Man, you ever took an L?
Yes, Clinton gave me an L when I was on the back.
Band-wise.
But let me tell you though, the difference.
Oh, band-wise?
These girls be in each other's face now, right? Like they head to head, like damn, they're fighting now. Back then, it wasn't that. We was across the field, so if we thought we won, we got you. If we did,
I'm gonna be real with you though.
Something else or we butterflied. That was it, more because half of y'all couldn't do it, and that was our W. It's like it's way different now than then. That's why I keep saying, in my day, no, Kennedy was what it was. Kennedy 35. Like I said, it was like we was what it was.
I just think y'all. I think y'all. Well, let me say this. Let me say it. Petty Eddie, I'm about to rip the shit out of you because you always got something to fucking say. I'm gonna leave it alone. Say one more thing.
No, I'm being real. No, Johnny. Honestly, man, them girls. When I was at the K, honestly, they had some of the nicest uniforms. I'm not gonna lie. I used to think walk uniforms was nice too. Johnny, y'all uniforms wasn't nice though. Like y'all girls' uniforms wouldn't shine like that, dog.
See, that's the difference. Like Walker and stuff,
red, white, and blue stands out. Red, white, and blue used to stand out.
Your girls used to have
Johnny, but the design of them, the design of y'all uniform.
They was like Kennedy uniforms.
You want me to talk about Kennedy uniforms?
They was like Kennedy uniforms, except like they had like some little swirl crap through it.
Let's talk about Kennedy uniforms. They didn't have the cape, but they had Kennedy. Let's talk about that, man.
We're on Majorette. You come on now.
I would listen, Johnny. I don't want. I don't want to have to get on y'all. We trying to be hospitable to these girls, to these women. We're gonna keep it that way, Nina and Jade.
Kennedy people feel like they have never taken an L on nothing.
Johnny, but they did know. Like you.
Now let me tell you, can I say this? And this is no offense to like none of the majorettes that was after me, or like that was, but like to me, Kennedy band went all the way down like after 2000, 2001. Like, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna call a spade. Once the For Real People left, Kennedy band really kind of went down. Along with that went their marching units, because I remember seeing these girls in the parade dipping and shit. Excuse my language, dipping in the streets. And baby, I wish my girls would have dipped in the streets. It would have been some issues. You know, they was doing some stuff that wasn't Kennedy. So then I'll say maybe they took some L's, but before 2000, 2001.
Who? Kennedy Majorettes? Now I'm gonna tell you this. Now I ain't gonna say no shade.
Because I know some of them girls after me, and I used to go there.
I know for sure in my year, and George might could contest, and I want you to be real. 8 Majorettes took Kennedy. And I could
know
what year that was.
No.
That had to be after like
Johnny.
Like
no, Johnny.
2001, I'm telling you for sure. When Pooch was captain, I'm telling you.
Who was captain? Let me see.
Johnny, just 2000. Johnny, just because she was the best at your school don't mean she was the best.
Samaya? All the girls came from Livingston.
From Samaya?
I don't care
about that one. That's the niece in them. That's where Samaya, Jermaine.
They wasn't messing with
all them was there. I don't know about
that. They wasn't messing with Kiana, Fallon. They wasn't messing with all of them. I'm telling you, when Pooch was the captain, let
me tell you, I might have to go back and look at
what George said
because I wasn't around at that time. But I don't know. I can't speak for 2000. I wasn't.
On top of that, that was my senior. Kennedy band also took an L at Zulu. So y'all took a lot of L's 2001.
Kennedy never cared about the Zulu parade.
Oh, see, every time they say they take an L, they get. But anyway, let's get back to Majorettes.
See, this.
Hey, Dolan, but look, Dolan, the thing about the difference between Abe and Reed was when I went to Abe, Mr. Ford actually taught us how to read. You played bass drum, you sang, and your lining is way back in Jamaica. So make sure you come and talk to me. Make sure you come correct, and you stink. You smell like a fish oil. You stink. Let's keep on. Majorettes. Let's talk about majorettes.
Let's go. What we talking
People
about?
always say I'm ignorant. It's y'all see who it is.
Well, I already know.
So have Jade and that Jade and me. I want this is like a question, and I want both of y'all to answer. I want Jade to go first. Have the routines from back then changed to the routines of now?
That's the most definite. It's way more tricks. Where we did our little rocks and shakes and stuff, but it still was like they digs into them things, and it's all about more of a show now. We put on a show, but we were real cute with our show. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we did our rocks and we had a couple of little tricks, but it's way different. Way when and that made me know it when I started coaching, because I went in there with my Kennedy routines and it was like, what are you doing? And I'm like, what you mean? This is where it's at, But it's way different now than what it was then. Way different.
Yeah.
I feel the same. I do think it depends on the school per se, because I say like for Walker, we wear our hair in barrel curls, which was paying homage to the 99 2000 majorettes. And we implemented, we had rocks, we had mostly routines that incorporated tricks because that's what the standard was. And the standard was usually like 3-5. Like you want to be somewhere, whatever 3-5 is doing, you want to have your style, but a little bit of what they can do as well. But as a coach now at CapDo, they babyfied. They don't do a lot of tricks. They don't do a lot of rocks. They don't have any like showmanship. They just kind of like, oh, I could twirl kind of, and that's enough. And for us, it was like, oh no, you have to know how to throw it behind your back and under your arm, and then transition to something else and still be on beat. That's the whole challenge as a team. So it definitely changed, but it depends. Like some schools, they still look like they're in the 90s. Some schools, they're more modern. Like the past school, Landry Walker, their past majorettes, I wasn't always too thrilled with what they did. They did put on a show, but sometimes I was like, I'm bored. And sometimes it was like, y'all not doing enough. So it just depends.
Yeah, it does.
Now you got a question? I got one more from right quick.
Yes.
Go ahead, man.
No, I need better.
Oh, so look, I got another question. Where did the string on your shoes thing come from?
The tassels?
Like the tassel. Like where did that I ain't gonna lie, it's very unique. It's very even though they come off in the middle parades, but where did
Not
that
at the K. Not at the K. That's real talk. Our girl shit was held up by that.
Yeah, we had them little rings like when they first came out.
Not
That shit was
I'm
terrible.
talking about now.
we wasn't having that.
That's back. I'm talking about now. Even if shoes different. Jay could tell you that the boots not even made the same no more. Like
Nah, they not.
Yeah, they definitely evolved now.
They not. Yeah, I think the whole tassel on the boot thing, like, cause the boot, like the whole majorette thing came with like the boots, and like I know like all of old pictures I've seen and stuff like that. It came with like a little bitty tassel on there already, and so they would keep that on there, to kind of shake or whatever. But then, only really other place I've seen the tassels is in New Orleans. So it take New Orleans people to take something and this big and make it that big, and it is what it is. Now it's a part of the uniform. If your tassels ain't right, like if I was to give my girl tassels, you forget your tassels, that's a part of your uniform. You're not going out there.
Right.
Straight up. So now, yeah.
You so if she ain't got a tassel, she got to sit on the side.
Hey, that's part of the uniform.
That's a part of your uniform. If you missing anything, like don't make me start. But
get your gloves.
You forget any part of your uniform, mama. If you can't get back to your house or get somebody to get it to you at that parade route or before that game or before we go where we going, I'm gonna need you to get these bags and make sure your team's straight, because that's what it is.
The problem is now is that you can tell that, like, I've been very unimpressed with all of the teams since class of 2013 left.
Oh, really?
Yes, I haven't seen not a team, Johnny, including yours. You already know how I feel about yours, including yours. I don't feel like none of them have came correct since before class of 2013. A lot of their tassels be falling apart. A lot of their stockings be having holes in them. They be looking trashy. But as far as at Walker, we had to have 3 tassels on each boot. And what that did was it added weight to your boot, and it made you have to put more effort into picking up your feet and pointing your toes. So we liked that effect. There were some schools that felt like we was doing too much. We liked the effect of having the sequence go around our boot and around the tassel and around the back. That was, extra for us, but some schools didn't like that. So.
Johnny, you know what? Okay, let me say this. I wish a lot of those youngsters that be on here when I say this could come on here. Do you see when I say nowadays there's no pride in band?
Oh,
do you see how these women are talking right now? They give a damn about every little detail of it because they have pride in themselves and they give a damn about how they looked and their school looked. And when I say that, when I say something is missing, it's the passion that they talking about this with. This is what I be talking about, Johnny. Like real talk.
So you saying the schools don't have pride now?
These
Or,
children don't.
I
Let
think
me tell you something. You know how I feel about the fool. But man, they had so much pride. They had like people. Man, you wasn't gonna see nobody at no parade sitting on their band hat when the band at parade rests. Girls sitting all on the ground, like at parade. Like they stood there and looked cute when I was in school. That's real. They stood there like that, man. Like that's missing, dog. Like you say what you want.
I'm gonna say,
Overall pride, Johnny, it's missing, bro.
I'm gonna say this. Well, overall pride. I'm gonna tell you this. I think last year, talking for Abe, I think that we had a lot of kids there that had a lot of pride.
Yeah, y'all done came up.
I feel like they was built. It was built. It built. I can't talk for everybody program, but I know when it come down to pride, like them kids, you can't say nothing about A without them saying something. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the things. So I feel like Carver got pride.
Yeah.
I feel like Carver has pride too. Maybe too much, but I feel like Carver has pride too. But I'm gonna leave that alone too. But I think like I don't know in the competition and me being like seeing it like heads up when the show is there, like it's a totally different atmosphere from each unit, like from each school. Like you will get the best of Carl will get the best of Abe. You will get the best of Landry Walker, you will get the best of Abe. I mean, you'll get the best of Carver, the best of McMahon. Like, so I mean, and they care that if somebody lose. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that a lot of the times, you know, some of the initiation things that we used to can do, Matt, can't be done no more. So that's a part of the pride building and programs. But you know, we can't do that no more, Matt.
I also want to add the fact that these kids rely too much on social media as far as when we were performing, like you had to come see it to feel the atmosphere, to feel that energy, to be like, man, like nigga really like did they shit or whatever. There was no going on Instagram, going find a video. Like there you just had to be there. And I know for me that made me go harder because we only had that one time to get in front of that school and do what we had to do. So I think that plays a part. Also for like the new Kennedy, I remember meeting some of their kids and I was like, damn, y'all really don't know like what school y'all are representing. Like y'all don't even know the legacy that y'all are supposedly a part of. Y'all just want to be a part of the clout. I think that's the problem. A lot of them just want to be a part of the clout. Like they don't want to earn it. They don't want to work for it. They don't want to understand it or anything. So
I know, and it's a shame because right now those Landry kids got to learn what Landry about instead of what Walker about. That's a bad situation.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. That's real though, man. Like, um, man, that pride was something else, man. Like when I went to Kennedy, I didn't want to make my brother ashamed.
right.
Like my brother was a section leader at the kid on baritone. I didn't want to make my. I mean, like that kind of stuff matter, man. Like you, man. Like kids don't even care if they get burnt these days. They don't even care.
I think they do though, Matt. I just think,
They don't care,
Some
dog.
of them do.
Matt, I really think they do. Like, hey, let me tell you something, Matt. I just y'all. So we talk about social media, bruh. If some stuff, you know how many incidents I have to deal with when it come down to another somebody else man saying something about A band that the kids be like, oh no, I'm gonna show them, I'm gonna show them, I'm gonna show them. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about fighting, but I'm talking about playing wise. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like that's the one thing I think their pride is shown through a different aspect compared to when we was coming up. Like let them, cause bro, as many times whereas the internet could make or break your band for as pride. But me being who I am, I tell them I don't even worry about that. Like I love when people talk bad about me. That's just if you ever saw Michael Jordan used to feed off of people talking bad about. I feed off when people talk bad about me.
I'm gonna tell you something though. When I say I had pride, and the cats at my school had pride, dog, we practiced relentlessly.
Yes.
Like we practiced till it hurt, and then we
Fuck
practiced some
going
more.
on a date. Fuck family
Hey,
vacations.
hold
Fuck.
up.
Dog, do you know? Do you know when I was at Kennedy, ain't nobody never got in the police car because they was tired. Nobody in no unit ever.
Let me say this: the parades are much longer now.
So
Man,
Parades was long when I was in school.
the parades ain't as long as they are now.
you just old, Johnny.
No, the parades still on deficit. So hold on, Mike. Where your parade started at?
I'm gonna be real. I can't remember, but say, bro, you telling me when we was in school, the Orpheus went long, the Nam Talk went long.
No, not compared to them ones that started on Jefferson, the Chabatula. The Orpheus
I
started on Napoleon and Tabatulas, and they going to convention center. That's the same route they've been.
That's now. No. And every time, man, look, you know who I felt sorry for? This ain't no shade to nobody, but like if you was in the back of the parade and they kept taking them breaks for you come in, and like you just waiting to come in, oh man. But anyway, man, the parades was long, but it doesn't matter.
Let me tell you
It
something.
doesn't matter. Them girls had pride. They wasn't gonna sit down in their uniform, dog.
Let me tell you something,
They
man.
just wasn't gonna do that.
He marched this parade. The Allah in 2010 was long as say, bro. They started on Cable and General de Gaulle. I swear to God, we ended up by West Jeff. That parade was long as cheese. I don't care. It's like 9 miles.
For what though? Was it people the whole route?
Huh?
Was it people on the whole route? Like, why was it so long?
Man, that parade, I don't know, but that Allah parade that year, didn't you march that parade?
No, I marched 2011.
Did you march that Chata parade?
I don't think so.
Man, that parade, I don't know what. The parade's not long enough. I don't know what y'all talking about. I mean, them parades back then was like a breeze to me. Nah, the parade is long.
Because you was a younger man, Johnny. You was literally half the age you are now.
Bro, I'm telling you. So compared to, I don't remember no parade starting on Jefferson and Chabatulas. All our parades either started on Claiborne and Napoleon, or Chabatulas and Napoleon.
Johnny, parades was long when we was at a day. Backing up.
Hold up, I'm gonna tell you this. The parade that was long was coming from Mid City. That Mid City parade was long. Coming from City Park, those parade was long. That's the Endymion route, really.
The Endymion was a son of a bitch. The Endymion, it was ridiculous.
It was the same one. But the longest parade, I'm telling you, the longest parade I ever marched or ever been in was the Allah in 2010. I'm telling you. Allah 2010 was the longest, was it Allah Tata? One of them parades. That parade was long. Now they have a good flow to the parades now. Like the parades, they real quick now. But anyway, we were talking about pride, right? I saw one dude say the directors are trash now. If anything, let me say this. A lot of people be talking about the directors, but I'm about to say some shit that's about to be very controversial. The directors back then cannot do the things that we do now.
True.
Let me say that. The directors back then, and it's been a lot of directors that was back then have told me, I don't know how y'all do it in this era because I cannot do it. It is a totally different mindset, a totally different administration, a totally different everything compared to when it was back then. You know what I'm saying? So when people say when you say like the directors are trash, ain't no directors can't be too trash because at the end of the day, a lot of more kids are going to college versus back then. I'm gonna just say that.
I think people have to understand that it's the charter system and their tax write. They're using our schools as tax write-offs, basically. So they think that, this shit is just cute. It's like, pageantry. Like they don't really understand that it's extremely important. So I think like as far as your kids at Abe, I think you're going to be so successful because of who you are and the legacy that you come from. But I know as far as like at Kip Renaissance, I think their band director name is Mr. Wilson. Like he don't have no
He
faith in
gone
his
now.
kids. He
He
feels
gone.
like he needs a whole new generation of children just to get it going. And like that's something I've never even heard of. So I think it depends. There is truth to that, though. I do think some of the directors are shit as directors, but I don't think it's all of them.
Talk about now, but that's you can say that for back in the days though too. I'm gonna just be real. Like you can't say the same thing for back then, just like now. Because I mean, they had poop band directors back then, just like they may have some now.
True.
I'm just gonna be real with you.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you something, Johnny. I think there's some. I think the work ethics are different in some cases, but I also think if there was some band directors from now that would have been band directors back in the day, especially if there are situations like a Doc Harris or Hamp, when they had total autonomy and they could do what the hell they wanted to do.
Right.
I think they would have thrived. And they had those bigger bands like we had back then. I think a lot of those guys would have thrived. But with that being said, there are some piss poor work ethics. And some of those songs that I've heard leave the band rooms, I don't think they should have left the band room. Some of them, some of the way the bands look.
You could say that
The,
for back in the days, dude. You talk about
Johnny, you ever saw a band march down the street and back in the day and somebody just marched on the wrong foot the whole time?
you could say that back in the days too.
That never happened, Johnny. Johnny,
I got clips.
somebody just marched on the wrong foot, Johnny,
Come on, bro. Yo,
or not even marching on beat, just walking, chilling.
same thing you could say back in the days, though. They had
Woo!
band. They got some
What
band,
school? No, name a school.
bro. I bet you I could pull up a Kennedy clip that somebody's on the wrong foot.
I go for it. Go for it.
I'll probably.
I bet you $5. I bet you $5 you can't.
Bro, man, let me tell you something. See how you saying that? You never know what happens in a particular moment when somebody catches on camera.
I want to play that clip on the show. Whatever clip it is you find, I want to play it on the show.
It's
not gonna happen.
Especially on the Ford. So you mean to tell me they wasn't on the wrong?
Oh, that's that. Now we just being real. Ford is from. Well, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
In your Kennedy history, nobody never got called down bad.
People get caught down bad.
If I put up the bad of the bands in 2004, nobody.
Hey, check this out. Go pull up Kennedy before 2003 and show me. Well, we can't do that. Go pull up Kennedy and Myra. You ain't no mess ups. We ain't none of that. Ain't nobody marching on the wrong foot. I'm telling you, Johnny. When I was at the K, nobody never got in the. Nobody.
I ain't talking about nothing about you at the K. I'm talking about Kennedy.
I'm talking about Kennedy.
You said, I guarantee you cannot pull up a clip of Kennedy band doing that.
Well, I'm not talking about the dog years when we had old boy.
Wow.
When we had old boy, he should have never been the band director there. He should have never been the band director there.
But wasn't that back in the day? So was he a poo band director?
What? Is that a serious question?
I'm asking you a question.
He's one of the worst ever.
He one of the worst ever.
Ever in life. Ever. He's one of the worst band directors to be given a wage for teaching kids how to play music. Ever. In any city, in any situation, in any year since the invention of the effing mouthpiece.
Hey, I got somebody on my phone that say they want to say something. Hold up.
Bro, you right, son. They act like the bands was all that back then. It was not. And I can put up the thing, son. Like, they contradictory shit on themselves, son. Like, I understand what the bands go through, but criticize none. You have facts on what you're saying about how bands now are producing more than they produced back then. Like, this is exactly what we're talking about, Johnny, right here. They try to act like the bands was all that. They really was not. There's a bunch of tapes and a bunch of proof. It'll make me get on here. Son, I can put up a lot of videos where niggas skating, throwing their sets up in the band. Make it put up. So I'm telling you, it's facts.
Would have thrown their sets up?
Just to say he could pull up a clip. Just to say he got the clip.
Of Kennedy?
You say of Kennedy?
I can find a clip of Kennedy.
He said he can find one.
Man, go find a clip of Kennedy doing that. I would love to see that. I'm gonna tell you now that you're not gonna find it before 2003 and no ever.
Just to say, give him 5 to 10 minutes, he gonna find one.
Got you covered.
Y'all some real band heads. I love it.
But if he said throwing their setup in the band, I guarantee I know what school it was.
What school it was?
Well, I'm not gonna say, but we know.
So basically, so let's get back to the major. So also, really, all this stuff. So what's mind-boggling is y'all really like. I'm old school and new school. I'm directing in the new school. I was in a band old school. A lot of people really think that what goes on back, like I'm gonna even say when it comes down to like maybe some band directors don't get along. I hear a lot of people like, man, band directors back then didn't know. Boy, if you do your history.
Yeah, all of them band directors did not like each other.
Get along like that?
No.
I'm not gonna put nobody. I'm not gonna say who or who did not. But I know for sure a lot of those band directors didn't get it. And the crazy thing is, most band directors now get more along than what y'all knew. So
it's probably about the same amount of beef. A lot of them were friends. It was like this clique, and then it was like this clique, and some bands looked at each. There was the group of band directors that had concert bands, and then there was the group of band directors that had no concert band. So
let's not talk about. So let's get back to Majorettes. So right now, who do you? I know you say you're not happy what's going on with the Majorette. Well, name me like your top 3 Majorette teams that you have seen this year. And I give these girls some love.
These girls don't even want to learn their history, so like it's kind of hard to love them. But I guess Landry Walker. I liked Landry Walker when Tootie was over them because Tootie was a Walker majorette, so they looked very disciplined. And then when they got a dude to start coaching them is when it all went to shits. So I like that they can march and they have really good executable routines. Other than that, I'm not really impressed with none of them, to be honest. They all look baby girl, so I can outswirl them. So
I'm gonna be real with you, Nina. It's people in the comments that's dying laughing at you. Can I say something like real talk? You are so blunt. Yes, like you say whatever come to your mind.
I'm a charger. Like
I'm gonna say this.
Oh my God! Like you are so freaking to the point.
A lot of these teams, these girls would never be able to make the teams from class of 13 and down because they're lazy and they don't want to do their majorette history. They don't want to pay homage. Like they don't want to earn the right to be a part of the legacy. They want to just try out, get a little outfit. Oh, now I'm, on a team, when it's really like, you're working towards something that a lot of people have worked really hard to keep alive, especially now with all the gentrification and how these charter systems are trying to dismantle the NOLA band culture in the schools. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, y'all don't even understand how important this is, especially from majorettes. We can't do it beyond high school. So we got to go hard in high school.
I think that me personally, I know for sure, I'm going to just say this. I think that Carbon A Majorette was nice this year. And they didn't have battles, and I have seen very intense battles between them two this year. Big ups to my coaches, Pooch and Fallon, and big ups to Cherish, who's the coach at Carver, and big ups to the recent captain, which was a Nelson product. She was a Nelson product at Carver, and big up to Destiny, who's our captain at A. I really think those two young ladies, they was real serious about Majorette, and I think those coaches were serious. But I think those two I can't remember her name. Her name might be Kanisha or something like that. I know it's Aaron's sister, and I know they real serious about Majorette, and you could tell in their team. And I know the work ethic that Destiny had. Like I never saw anybody maybe before Katrina. I'm just saying me that have had the work ethic as Destiny had when it came to Majorette. And I'm just go like in all like she put in a lot. It was to the point. I'm gonna tell you how much she loved Majorette. Young lady, freshman year, all she used to do is get in trouble. All she used to do is get in trouble. I told her, look here, baby. If you get in trouble one more time and you start being all this mess and all that stuff, I'm gonna kick you off and you're never gonna be able to Majorette. Since I told her that, she have never had a problem since that day. It had been people try her and she walked away. And that's hard for her. So just like band change live, Majorette
Definitely.
live too. You know what I'm saying? And I just to say that, man, that girl didn't put in a lot. She put in a lot of work, and the team show for that. Like, you know, it's crazy because you get it's like you get one of them a dime a dozen, and it's hard to replace people like that. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to like when you was Majorette. This probably was hard to replace you. You know what I'm saying? She's one of those young ladies that is hard to replace. You know what I'm saying? Like when Christmas was at, well, I ain't gonna say that. When Christmas was at Kennedy, it was hard to replace it, but then Ben came along. You know what I'm saying, Matt? So you only get those type of people like every now and then. And she was definitely about it. So I think Destiny and Carvin Abe, I wish I had a tape of Carvin Abe really going at like Majorettes. Because even though they really don't care for each other, the battles was like nice.
Let me ask you a question, Johnny. Do you think it's unfair that we judge these kids by the standards of old?
No.
I think so. I think it's unfair that you judge because they do have some kids that care. You know what I'm saying? So when you say that the kids nowadays don't care, you put them you're saying that everybody in this era don't care.
Let me tell you what I mean by care, Johnny. I care so much until okay. When Jade was on here, Jade said, "My girl's not gonna do this. My girl's not gonna do this." I care so much until I'm going to make you care. You are going to care. There's no when I care so much until I will make it uncomfortable for you to be here if you don't care. That's what I mean. So if there is one person in your unit that seems to not care, that ought to bother everybody in the unit. You got to get the hell out. Do you need to go home today, man?
But it
you
don't.
think
Do you need to go?
you don't think that you don't think that when kids don't care, you don't think they I know at Abe, if you don't care, you gone. Like that stuff don't I
It's
don't
not that. It's as a coach, it don't be that easy because nowadays, you know, the kids complain about what
They're
you're doing
so
or what you tell them, and they go to
sensitive.
the mama and they go to this
Yes.
place and they could come right back. So
Yes.
it's way different now. Like
I
it's too different now.
But I
It's
also
way
think, but I also think in Jade's situation, she had a first year. There was a first year program, right? So
yeah.
the
It's a first
definitely the
program.
pride factor is not going to be that in a first year program. They have to be built over years. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
That's true.
you have to definitely deal with that type of attitude in the beginning. So 3 years from now, if 3 to 4 years from now, if you still dealing with that attitude, then you need to reevaluate yourself as a coach.
But
You know what I'm saying?
my thing about that too is this though. The kids still got to want it. Like there is so much that we can do. I could come up in there and I could give you everything, every tool you need to go out there and look good, be the best team you can be. But if you're not applying it, what am I going? I can't get out there and do it for yourself. I used to always tell my girls, I done had my day. If I got to get out there and do it, I'm embarrassed the hell out of you because I'm going to do it, and you're gonna be like, well, damn, coach. But everybody don't have. It's like I mean, I was listening to the show. I was driving. But like you said, the mindset is totally different. It's not these kids is not it's not how we work.
I
I was
think
ready to go march.
I think
Thanks.
that I also think that like when I first went to egg, the whole environment was different. It was totally different to me. So I had kids that was junior, like seniors and juniors, that was like baby fight, and basically they couldn't be a part of my organization because of their mindset, how things were structured, how you didn't have to work for nothing. Like you couldn't. So I hardly had juniors and seniors in any other organizations. And at 1 and 2 that I did have, they were just so hungry that they never had that. You know what I'm saying? But
You can't do that in Majorette though.
after like my third year, it was a totally different app. Like the whole vibe of the school and the whole atmosphere changed when it came down to pride.
Yeah, but like I said, nowadays you can't do that with coaching. Like again, I'm gonna say this: these girls get mad. They go to the band director. The band director don't give them what they want. They go to the principal, and to piggyback on what Nina said. These people are ran by corporations. You get what I'm saying? The principal at Livingston, I wouldn't have knew who that man was. If you didn't point him to me, I would have been like, "What? That's the person." You know what I'm saying? So they know nothing about. Um, it's not every day that you catch a principal that marched or a principal that did an extracurricular activity like that to know the importance of how we feel about it. Or know the importance that how we feel about it, how they would feel about whatever they're doing. Their corporation, they feel about that, how we feel about our band and how we look and so on and so forth. But you don't know that. So they're gonna be like, oh no, they're just kids. Let them back, and then they come back like, oh well, I could get through you anyway, so I'm gonna do what I want now.
Yep. There you go. But see, Johnny, you from the old school, so your churn ain't gonna play with you like that.
I
Just
ain't
like
had them.
how we didn't play with
Right.
Rollins like that. Just
Right.
like, any other band director that had a real reputation that was running the whole school and not just the band. And I think that's where the discrepancy is nowadays.
Rollins don't play with me, man. Matter of fact.
Oh my God.
Shit, I lost my light.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess it's a little different for me because like I didn't have to have like shout at people because of how I wanted my stuff structured. But I also believe that I'm not gonna work harder than what I have to work because I already know what it takes to build it.
Right.
So if you try to make me go in a different direction, I'm gonna go. Me and you gonna have a conversation, and it might not be nice. You know what I'm saying? Um, I feel what you're saying, Jay. I didn't have to like. I know exactly what you said. We work like I know because we work under the same like I know. So
Yeah, under the same little area thing. So yeah, it was real. A new program, especially, it was hard because again, it's like they don't know what it was. It wasn't like I couldn't go in there saying, okay, I want this to be how Livingston was because Livingston was a junior high. It wasn't a high school. So it was a okay, we need to make this team what we want it to be. What are we trying to present? And I told my girls that I gave them an assignment one time. I was like, okay, give me y'all top 3 majorette squad and why y'all think they're the top. You know what I'm saying? What do you see in them that you want to see off your squad? And then you build out. It's like you had to put a whole structure in place, with a new squad rather than, you going into something. Like when I went to Kennedy, I went into something. I knew what I had to go in there doing. I knew how I was supposed to look. So that's the difference
you
in,
talking about?
you
So you
know,
talking about you saying Lake Area or Kennedy? Because I thought you said you were Lake Area.
Listen, Johnny, that's enough of your
Oh
shit.
no,
I'm sick of your
let me say
shit,
something. Wait,
Johnny.
let me back up. Let me say this.
I-
Because Johnny, I worked with Lake Area and I love those. Let me give a big old shout out to all the kids that graduated from Lake Area. Because those kids, let me tell you something, as much as people think they didn't have pride, oh, trust me, they did. They were some gangsters now. Don't get that twisted. But they had a lot of pride that went under, like under the radar for a long time. So I'm gonna shout out all the classes of Lake Area. I love y'all. This Miss J. Why? That's it. Don't play with them.
I ain't
But
gonna.
let me also
Don't play
say
with
this
them.
though. Ain't nothing like the K. Johnny,
Correct.
Abe will continue to
Correct.
be in our shadow. Period.
At
Oh
all
no,
times.
no. And I'm saying that because you've been jabbing at us since the
What?
beginning.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
it wasn't no
Yes.
competition.
So are you
like,
see being
like,
talking about are we talking about 20, 25 years
I'm
ago?
talking about when I was in school. I'm talking about for most of the history of my school and most of the history of yours.
How are we talking about?
I'm talking about Abe when they wore cowboy hats with the goddamn feather in it. That's what I'm talking about.
I don't know nothing about it.
Well, you know about it. Oh, Johnny, don't do that. Now, Johnny, that's what you like. Don't do that, Johnny. I'm talking about Abe with that's the history of your school. You know about it. Yeah. Well, let's not forget that, though. Yeah, I
don't know nothing about that. I know the history, but I don't know.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, Abe didn't always look cool though. They had them goddamn cowboy hats.
So we going to talk about Kennedy that had Kennedy, that didn't have the K on the uniform.
I need you to come up with something else because I didn't heard that about 5 times.
Are we going to talk about that? If we want to talk about the
everybody had raggedy band uniforms. I'm pretty sure
Abe didn't have but like 9 people in that shit. If y'all didn't need, it was easy for y'all to piecemeal some of the goddamn uniforms together. You can take
the same.
Anyway, back to
Majorette. Uniform. Harold Francis wore, Matt Francis wore.
Let me say this then. Since we talking about Abe and Kennedy and majorettes, all y'all girls at Abe, honestly, it was some rough looking girls, and a lot of their knuckles was black, and they looked like they used to fight a lot. Right on Tyra Lane, out there in the east.
Not by Abe.
Fighting, black knuckles, rough looking.
So, all right, Matt.
Bunker Hill.
So you mean to tell me
the Gap?
A lot of people from Kennedy that stay in the east.
Nope, they was from the good part of the east. Johnny, them people that went to Abe, they was from out the Goose.
Matt, where you stayed at?
The Goose, you remember that?
Matt, where you stayed at?
What?
Where you stayed at? What part of the city you stayed at?
I lived in Gentilly Woods.
Nah.
Man, you stayed.
I lived in the 6th ward. I ain't living east.
Yeah. Well, that had to be said. It was a lot of bad stuff went on at Abe. So now I'm not gonna get into it.
There's a lot of bad stuff went on in Kennedy.
No, sir. Kennedy was God's country.
What?
Kennedy really was. Yes, it was. Kennedy was Johnny. Listen, Johnny.
Wait, Matt. Let me say this because I was on here at the beginning of the show, right? And Matt, let me correct you. I didn't make nobody wash my boots or shine my boots. I didn't do any of that. I cleaned my own boots. We did not haze at Kennedy, and I'm gonna keep on saying.
Hazing was going on at Kennedy.
Let me say this. When you say Kennedy, let me. If for those of you that don't know about the old Kennedy,
I don't want to talk about. Let me say this. Let's
talk about
now. I don't know what talk about the past, man. You know what I mean? You know how many people didn't die?
Johnny, I want to talk about when I was at Kennedy and you were at Aberson.
Yeah,
your first few years.
Yeah,
that's what I want to discuss.
Katrina, Rita, a past storm that just passed. We've been through everything. A black president. I don't care.
I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about all of the drug use that went on at Aberson.
So
that's a fact. So there was a lot of drugs. Schedule 2 drugs. Schedule 2.
Hold up. They didn't have a lot of drug users. They had a lot of dudes that push drugs. Now,
well, thank you for setting that straight, sir. You're right.
So let's get that out the way. Let's get that out the way. They wasn't using it, but they pushed it. Let's get it out the way.
That's better. Yeah, you're right. That's
Much better. Much better.
But nah, man. Real talk. Let me Johnny started with me. That had to be said. But
anyway.
And I do agree with Jay. There was no hazing that went on. But I'm gonna be real with y'all. If y'all think I ever cleaned my drum and it was the crab sitting right, you crazy? You gotta what?
Nia,
different for the band.
Did you? So Nia, for Majorettes, did y'all have a look? Did you have somebody wash your boots?
No, it was always like a sisterhood. Even though like we wasn't friends, but we was teammates, and that was good for us.
So you never got into it with nobody on your team?
Have I ever what?
Got into it with anybody on your team?
Got into it? No, Rollins didn't play that shit. Rollers didn't play us talking to each other like we were stupid and all that extra shit. Like it was always you come in here, you go to work, and then you go home.
I don't think Rollins was there every moment of time. And I don't
We
think
ain't get into it, but I know I done got cussed out a many a times for making them run and thing like that. I mean, we ain't never got into it, but I know I done got called a couple of names or 3.
you talking about from your girls that what you marched with?
Yeah, that I march with. Like, cause this again, that's another difference in back in the day and now. Back in the day
I
when I
know
was at school, we didn't have individual coaches for each team. We
I
had
know
Miss Watts and Danny.
I know Kanisha.
Yeah.
I know Kanisha cursed some girls out on her team on their dance
We
team.
had Miss Watts and Danny, and
I know Kanisha definitely
we
cursed
ran
some
our
girls out
team,
on their
and we was the ones that made sure they were straight. And we was the ones that made all the decision, the stuff for our teams. Nowadays, everybody got a coach now, so that was the big difference. So yeah, back in my day, I'm pretty sure a bunch of them cussed me out.
Well, I mean, I did. Matt, you got cussed out by somebody in the band?
Yeah, I did. About crap. I mean, by a first year band student, I did.
I know for sure that Kanisha had to be the meanest dance team captain ever in the history of Kennedy. I know for sure she had to be the meanest.
Delaney was pretty rough.
Oh yeah, my girl Delana. Yeah,
Delaney was pretty rough.
Kanisha.
Delaney was rough. I love Delaney, but Delaney was rough.
Let me say this.
Then there was Red before her. My last year, see, y'all don't know Red because Red don't be dancing like that. No, baby. Like my years before Delana and like when Delana and them came in, the people before them was like it was like I said, it was no holds bars. It was we gonna tell you what we gonna tell you, and it's it.
And
if
that's
you
the
don't like it,
difference
you ain't march.
between the teams now. These little girls, they can't handle corrective criticism. Like,
And then they don't want each other to tell them something.
there you go.
My people, like, if you was friend, like now, you can't be friend. You and your friend can't be in a squad together, and you have a position and your friend don't, because it be favoritism. Is man, my people march behind me. Wallette was with me.
Wallette.
All the years I was there. That thing used to get so many runs and twirls. It was ridiculous, because at the end of the day, once we was in the practice room, we in the practice room.
And they was best friends.
First out on Ed, because Ed
That's my sister. I don't want to hear all that.
Hey,
Like, yeah. So we ain't play
Armani,
like that.
Armani, ain't you? That's the name, Armani. You the coach at Side Tech, huh? I think I know he said he coached drill, Majorettes, flag too. If that's who I think that's who that is. He do a good job with those kids up there at side under Tennille. That's who that I think that is. Much respect to you.
I thought it was this guy named Jonathan.
Jonathan? No,
that's what I thought it was. I seen him with them, and I know he's one of them that is with like every squad. So it's yeah.
No,
they're training them how we used to be.
He said sure is. So that got to be him.
Yeah, they're training them how we used to be, like, because Jonathan, I know Jonathan. I think Jonathan went to John Mack, if I'm not mistaken. I think he marched on a drill team with John Mack. I know Jonathan because like we used to hang with the same people, and he's old school, so that's why they look like that.
Well, Lawrence Harrison is the same person. His name is Armani on here. That's why.
Yeah, that's the same person.
Okay, he does a good job.
He's old school like us though. Like that's why those kids look like that.
Matter of fact, I mean, we give Tennille a hard time, but Tennille does a good job with those kids up there. Just his program, his environment of that the way he had the structure, he does a good job up there. But
no, I don't have no criticism of Tennille the teacher, man. Yeah, that dude is damn good.
You know what I'm saying? And he Mr. Jonathan, he does a good job. He's been down for years. He was there when Nelson bust their ass, but I mean, he was there for years, so he does a good job over there.
Man, I miss Nelson, man. That was it. Anyway,
Nelson was the school. Nelson was the best middle school program after Katrina.
So let me ask you a question, Nina. Jade, if I send my daughter to you, my daughter's getting on your squad, first year student, what should I expect her to know by the end of the school year? First year.
She coming into high school or junior high school? Like, is she like beginning?
Let's just say she coming into high school. If you got my daughter in high school, what should I expect? What should I expect her to know by the end of the year?
You can answer that, Nina. You got that? Because my first thing gonna say she better know how to twirl. Because at the end of the day, coming into high school, You should be able to know how to twirl, do tricks and all that. I should be able to show you routines. You should be able to show me some stuff. So go ahead, Nina. You got a demo.
I think you got to get a little bit more specific. Like, is this football season? Is she coming in before football season? Is she coming
She
in?
coming in. She coming in the summer.
Okay, so
Like
she's
you
coming in
get.
the summer. So
Yeah.
you're asking where should she be by parade season or after parade
Yes.
season?
By the end of this year, where should she be?
Well, obviously advanced. But I
Hmm.
think I think all it really takes is you need a summer to learn to get your feet wet, and then you need a football season to
Get the
to
jitters out.
to grow as a performer. And it's easier at the football games because you're across the field. As far as in a parade, you're the moving show, so it's a little bit harder. But funny to say, Jay, that I didn't learn how to twirl until I was 16, and I had a month and a half before football season to get it.
And
so
they had a girl that was the captain. Reality is the girl that was the captain after me, Mel. Mel didn't start twirling until high school. Like I
it's a
remember when
want,
she
like you
started, she had
said.
like a little bit of back on. But like
Mhm.
you said, let me say this. Let me take back. Let me digress. Because at Livingston, they had a young lady. I'm not gonna say her name. Trust me, everybody know who. But when I got there, she wasn't the most advanced. She wasn't. But by parade, I stayed on her. You know, they thought I was being mean. They thought I was being an a-hole. You know what I'm saying? But the whole point of it was I needed you to be on a level that these other girls was on. See, by parade season, I bet you I had been like after the first parade, I moved her whole spot. Her
There
whole
you
spot
go.
had been moved up. You was right behind the captain, co-captain, because you hadn't got there. I hadn't been on you so much. It was like it was a I'm on you type thing. You know what I'm saying? Any little thing she did, I was like, no, this, that, because at the end of the day, you around seasoned people, and I need you to act like that, even if you're not that.
Yep.
So I will say that young lady from when I first started till the in the parade season, she drastically changed, and it took me to look at videos to see it. You know what I'm saying? That's the good thing about the videos now. It took me to look at videos to see that how much she had progressed and how good she looked. Put it like that. So I'm gonna give a shout out to her. She knows she is. Y'all go tell her what I see.
You still over there in Livingston, or you left?
No, I'm not over there.
That's sad to hear.
I have a question for y'all. If I march for you this year, is my spot secure next year?
No.
Nope. Every year, let me tell you, I thought Kennedy was crazy for that. Like every year we had to try out again, literally every year. And I really thought that was wrong because I was like, why? I proved myself this year. Why I can't just have my spot for next year? But it proved to me that there's always somebody better than you. There's always somebody coming to take your spot. You know what I'm saying?
So not even the captain. The captain spot not safe.
And it's not
if
always
you're not a senior captain and you were a 10th grade or 11th grade captain, no, you got to try over again. And you better act right and make sure you get your captain spot again.
It's not always skill too. It could be academics. It could be your attitude. It could be your work ethic. All of that will play a part. Your leadership, everything.
Yep. And just like, let me give a shout out to like Johnny was saying about Destiny. I had a captain when I went to Lake Area. This young lady, her name is Centrell George. When I went there, I walked in there. You know, these little girls didn't know me from a can of paint. They were like, who is this lady? We don't know her. You know, we don't even know if she know how to twirl, none of that. And I remember the tryouts. I asked this young lady, I said, so, you know what you're doing? And she had the biggest smile. She was like, I mean, I'm not the best, but I'm going to do something for you, right? When I said this little girl had all the spunk, all the everything that she needed and was not the best twirler on the team. But she was my 2-year captain.
There you go.
She was a 2-year captain.
You talking about it? When it was at Lake Area, or Kennedy, or Livingston?
And when it was Lake Area, see you starting.
No, I'm really asking because you said you was at Lake Area and Kennedy, right?
No, I was at Lake Area, but but I was at Kennedy just helping out. I was never the official coach at Kennedy.
Oh, okay.
I was never the
Who's the
official
coach at Kennedy now?
at Kennedy.
Who's coaching Kennedy now?
Mel is the coach. The young lady who was the captain, 1998. Melanie Parker is the
Oh, I know Mel.
Yeah, you know Mel.
I know tripping. I know Mel. I kept saying that sound familiar. Yeah, Mel was nice. She carried the torch, Jay. Real talk.
Yeah, she like I said, but Mel was another one that didn't. I don't think she started twirling until like her 19th grade year. Cause I remember her walking around school with these, little pencils, trying to twirl and things. So, you're right, Nina. Sometimes they don't have to come in with it. It's all about your, your work ethic. Y'all know I got a list. Hold up, work ethic, and how you do your thing.
So you mean to tell me Kennedy every squad they got alumni too, just like Ed?
I don't think the flag twirlers. I think the only one that don't have the alumni.
Oh yeah, that's Miss. That's still Miss.
Yeah, Scott. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. LaShonda's still over there from what I know. Yeah, and she went to 35. So yeah, that's the only squad that don't have an alumni.
So Lake Area, I mean, so what about
Johnny? Not too much. All right, where we going with this?
So just like a big shout out, like she said, to the kids from Lake Area because that was a nice school. I mean, Lake Area and Walker's in the same spot. So I mean, big shout out to both of those schools. Like,
wait, which Walker?
They don't have one pair Walker no more. So
wait, what you mean in the same spot?
Y'all both don't have a school.
Oh, all right. We got you.
Oh, you about to get it?
You playing with your school, man.
So what I'm saying is, those schools had some good memories.
Yeah.
Like they had good bands, good music.
Very impactful.
Yeah, I'm looking like that, man, because you think I'm being serious. Now,
no, you can't tell that girl she ain't got no school no more.
But they don't.
I'm sorry, not girl. I'm sorry, man.
We just
he's trying to be
like that's it.
Wait, so what's up with y'all homecoming though? Like y'all wait, where y'all going? I'm not being funny. Like, I'm saying like, are y'all gonna be allowed? No, I'm not. I'm not because like I really think it's cool how they just pulled a carpet out from up under Walker.
But it was probably already.
Hold on. I mean, Kennedy did the same thing to fucking Lake Area. I mean,
knew it was coming. That's been talks for years.
Yeah.
Well, let me say something, Johnny. You keep saying that, and so I'm a different kind of alumni than Jade. I didn't never care that we took the name. We took Lake Area. I never cared. Oh yeah, listen, I'm a Kennedy Cougar. I don't care nothing about no Lake Area. Man, listen.
See, Matt's about to make me hurt you because my children went to Lake Area.
Listen, I love them babies. I love them. I love them babies, Jay.
No, you don't.
But I am a cougar.
I love them.
I'm a cougar. And let me tell you something.
And I get
I bleed. Jade,
I'm always a cougar. I'm always bleed blue and gold. But the bond that I built with those kids at Lake Area was So Lake Area is
no.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No. I have a great appreciation for them. But people keep wanting me to care that we got the school back. I don't give a damn. I'm glad we got
thing was coming, so I don't want to hear all that. They knew.
Yeah, we didn't steal nothing.
Up and Walker was off the damn building.
It was Lake Area anyways. Nobody. So
don't do it. Come on, Nina. Don't start.
don't Everybody knew who Kennedy was.
I think the one thing Lake Area and Walker has that's in common. Ain't that no more? Like your boy them for doing Christmas. Ain't that?
Why do you keep doing that, Johnny? Like
that shit about to come on. Remember that ain't that no more about to come on because it's Christmas time. So it's about to come on, man. Man. You know one thing? We need to make it ain't that no more.
Let me tell you something, Nina. I have a great appreciation for Walker.
It's right.
I believe you.
Ain't that no more?
I really do.
Walker I didn't really know about Walker till after the storm.
Gregory, ain't that no more? John Mack,
Johnny, you about to make you hitting that? Don't do it. Don't do it.
McDonald 28, ain't that no more?
Oh, I ain't go there, but don't do
that. Boy,
I don't.
Hey,
I mean,
that boy Greg, man. That boy Greg said they're gonna be back. They're gonna be back. Yeah, y'all think y'all gonna be back? The people put that money to cost school. You ain't gonna coming back. You're not coming back.
How
Oh.
Let me quit messing with you.
Oh, bro, that's wild.
Oh.
That's a beautiful.
I like Walker. Let me
I
say
like
that.
Walker.
Yeah, I like them after the storm
Walker.
too. They was with it. They was yeah.
One of my favorite.
Walker was probably straight before the storm. I just didn't know. Like we didn't really.
Played it over across the river schools. We ain't really played
No,
it.
We never played at these
Right.
stadiums or nothing.
no, when Bird was down,
We played that
when
one
Bird was
time.
down, it was
I want to say maybe my junior year we had to change the St. All game to West Jeff Stadium. The worst thing ever because half of the squads didn't make it there till after halftime. It was terrible. But yeah, that's the only time we ever went across the river to play.
So let me. I want to ask the thing. So I mean, like, how did y'all actually like? I need to know this because I'm trying to like, there's a lot of systematic things that goes on in the state of New Orleans when it come out of charter schools. So how y'all actually just took a school like that? How y'all did it, Kennedy? Like, won't y'all enlighten us on?
Johnny, you want me to feel guilty over this? Jay, listen,
I don't feel guilty over it. I've never said I feel guilty. Let's get that don't get that twisted. Because
I don't
love
feel.
my school. I told my children if they ever had a Kennedy, and I don't care where y'all let y'all going, just so happy it was there already. Anyway,
Straight.
but I mean, I'm just saying, don't ever forget that it was there. But I mean, I ain't tripping about it. It is what it is. It ain't the Kennedy that it was.
Right. And
But
then for
it's
like
Kennedy.
my class, like growing up, we wanted to go to the cave. So when it got revived into KIP, it was like, oh no, that's not the cave, but we still gonna support it because it's the cave. So like, but I think the new children don't know how impactful the cave was. And I think that's
they
the
don't.
problem.
It's a lot of these schools. If you don't teach them the history or the culture,
Right.
like I'll say a school name and my kids be like, what? I'll be like, oh yeah, I forgot. They don't have that school no more. You know what I'm saying? I'll be bringing up schools. I say this, I say that. But, like in my household, I preach Kennedy. So my kids
Nah,
know what
but
Kennedy was.
but Johnny, it's not necessarily about old Kennedy. I wouldn't mind if all of the squads today look like old 35. I wouldn't mind if the squads today look like old what is that little preppy school? Old Easton. When I was in school, they didn't have a bad squad. When I was
I agree.
like,
none of that. Let me quit
I
messing
mean,
with
I'm just talking about the well, you talking.
Let me stop. I'm really being an asshole. Like, let me really stop. Like, I'm really being an asshole. Kanisha asked a question.
I see a question too. Robert, can you put Kanisha question up?
She said, "Do you think Majorettes should know how to twirl through their fingers or wrists? Does it matter?"
Well, when you're twirling, it's all wrist work.
Yeah, the whole through the finger thing is most of the times like a trick added in.
Yeah.
But most of the time when we twirl, it's all wrist work. It's
Yeah,
not
like
it's
you
not this,
control
it's all
your
wrist.
baton.
Yeah, it's not like I said, if it's between the fingers, that's something added in there.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, bro, this ain't all that major. You could.
They used to have buku flags.
Beat up.
They did used to have Booker flags though. But hey, yo, check this out though. Those little babies look too small to be having that in between their fingers, man. Them big ass batons I used to have, Jay.
They have it between.
We used to compare to now.
Jesus.
Small. If we put our batons that we
They
had,
bigger now?
if we put our batons,
long.
okay, let me tell you the difference. The biggest batons that we had not back in our day, I twirl with 24s, no lie. That was the biggest. Now, the biggest that they have, like I know some schools have 30s, 32s. I had my class last year had 30s. Like
mine's
the next
are
year after
26s.
me, right? The next year after me, like I know Mel and them, they started going up and up, like with the 26s and stuff like that. But other than that, no. They it's our batons was a little bitty. Like when I look at videos now, when I do see videos of us, I be like, oh girl, look at them little things. Because they was little bitty compared to what they twirl with now. But also it's easier to do all the tricks and stuff that they do now, because if they twirl with the batons that we had, it'll be way harder to do a lot of the things that are being done now.
We got another question. Kanisha said, "What is a good technique to straighten the wrist?" What's a good technique to straighten the wrist? to build up the wrist?
Practice twirling.
All of it.
All I can say is twirl, like
strengthening. Yeah.
So y'all don't have no kind of like technique that they do. Like I know like drummers use heavier sticks or something like right.
I used to see. Let me tell you, I used to see my little nephew. He's a snare drum player. I used to see him take like the doorknob and continuously do that on a doorknob for like his wrist. I don't know, but I know that is nothing like as far as the technique. As far as the technique of it, no, it's all about you practicing and getting your wrist work together. Cause
what school your little nephew went to?
Where he went to, he played for Roots, but he at Landry Walker right now. Well, Landry, I'm sorry.
And they told him to do the doorknob.
He used to be on like the doorknob. That was like this was a long time ago, like when JL was on, when my son was on, like way long ago. He used to take the doorknob. I don't know if somebody told him to do it.
Yeah, what Cliff telling them kids?
Look, I don't know if somebody told them to do it. This was, like I said, this was a long time ago.
That sounds like a doorknob. That sounds more like another thing he's trying to do. I mean,
like he used to just be like do his wrist.
How you do it, Dad? Let me see.
No, sir.
No, sir. I know for back in the day, they used to tell them you hammer. Right, Matt?
Yeah, you just always use something heavier.
Yeah, heavier.
But yeah, I mean, our best technique is twirling practice.
Right. It's mostly holding your baton, like majorette tension, parade rest, and it's all in like footwork, like, you know, making sure your legs are 90-degree angle, making sure your toes are pointed, like stuff like that.
Let me see this doorknob shit.
Is parade rest? Is it the same for every school, or is it different for different schools?
It's different for every school.
Matt, you know it's different for every school because at the end of the day, the niggas from the floor got on their knees and we ain't get on our knees when we called the band to attention. Come on now.
So
different. And then that goes down to all the squad. Everybody, it's all about who can do it better, who came up with the new move, or who's the cutest. That type of thing, like as far as majorette, you know, okay, we're not gonna do this old thing. We gonna add to it to make it a little saucier, to make somebody want to look at us. That's what it's about. This dude here make me sick, bro.
I'm trying to, my wrist actually starting to like. I kind of see what Cliff trying to teach.
I don't know if Cliff told him that. He did that years ago, bro.
Oh,
that was years and years ago.
Oh, okay.
This dude here, bro. But yeah, like what Majorettes is all about, you know, what can we do different? What new trick we gonna introduce that everybody gonna be doing? Or, you know, what new move we gonna do that's gonna make everybody be like, ooh, look at them.
And
you know, that's what it is.
I see you tag Rocky. I think Rocky went to Eastern also. Shout out to April, because April, the Eastern girl was good on that stuff too. We don't give Eastern enough stuff. That doorknob stuff, man.
I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what's cool is like anytime our girls come up with new moves, like they have to come up with it. It ain't like they can go watch reality TV and figure it out, or it ain't like they can watch some old. Like we the only people that do this. That's crazy. Like how it evolves over time, and they don't. All of the inspiration got to come from the city.
It's like, okay, let me say this. Like Kennedy, we trendsetters. Like the march that everybody does now, the whole strut thing with their arms out. Kennedy, straight up. Like Kennedy was the only school. When I got to Kennedy, like you know how most majorettes march, like Nina, I'm gonna talk to you. How you know most majorettes march like this, straight up and down. Wait, can I go up and down, right? I've never at Kennedy. Only time I was able to march like that was my senior year when I put it in there. Other than that, the strut that's been at Kennedy since before me. So yes, I'm gonna say Kennedy did it. Now everybody doing it. It is what it is. It's cute.
What else Kennedy started? What else Kennedy started? Let's make sure we get this out of the way.
Johnny, don't. I'm
just
saying,
trying to figure out.
I'm just saying. I'm giving y'all some facts. I'm giving y'all
your issue. Johnny's issue is Abe started nothing. and
that's cool.
That's his main issue.
I'm happy with that. But every time, I know we had 2020. What is 2020? Next year will be 2021. The year after that will be 2022. The year after that will be 2023. Time will tell what's going to happen. And when it's come to party, when it comes 2040, we're gonna hear more about AIDS. Just know that.
Oh my God.
How's your fun in 2020?
Yeah, it's gonna take about 20 years.
20 years from now.
I mean, y'all would have to have that many good years before
But
y'all
that's
could
the
follow up with the
because
legacy
y'all
of us.
been to school though, so it shouldn't take that many years. Like y'all should be a legacy now, huh?
20 years from now.
All right, come on, back to Majorette. I ain't gonna start with you.
27.
You shouldn't take that long.
I mean, this was a good show. It's very informative of the Majorettes. Like, it's some things I learned. You know, I really want to say I want to ask another question, but I'm not going to ask that question because I don't want that question to go left. And this has nothing to do with none of y'all's schools, but it's something. And I don't want nobody to say the wrong thing, so I just don't. I really want to ask this question. I really want.
Well, don't ask it, Johnny. Either come on with it.
So I'm going to come with the question. So when I ask this question, I don't want nobody to take this because I just want to know. Do you think that you should be on the same team as young ladies?
Boys?
Yes, ma'am.
I am gonna disagree with that. But I do think it depends on the generations, and I'm just gonna speak from my personal experience. So we had a sponsor at Walker Majorettes. We had a sponsor and we had a coach, and then it was at some point where we lost our sponsor, and the school, I guess, brought in a guy to teach us, and that was the weirdest shit we have ever experienced in our life. And it was probably because, this is a man and we're little girls, and a man has not put on a sequence. A man body does not move like ours, so he cannot therefore explain anything, to us that'll convey basically. So the whole point of a majorette, et means girl. So therefore a boy can't be on a girl's team. But we've seen it, and I think it has a lot to do with this charter shit and gentrification and all of that, because before you ain't never seen a boy in a parade and a leotard and a nothing. So I'm totally against it, but to Jesus own.
I think that so early on about a lot of this stuff, like I was very close-minded to some of the things, and close-minded to like guys and everything. But as long as you keep doing it, you have to realize that you have to be open to everything. Early on about a lot of this stuff, I must say this. I realized is that a lot of the guy coaches, they get like a lot of those things that they have.
Jay, mute your phone.
A lot of the guy coaches, they really like when I see their teams, I be like, damn, like they really have the respect.
Hold on, Johnny. Johnny, hold on 1 second. Coach Jay, you have something that's feeding back into your phone. So if you have another device on or something, can you mute that one? Because it's feeding back into the phone and it's causing feedback. Cool.
Okay, so
okay.
I know a school that had to deal with that situation this year, and they had to like, and they had to deal with that situation this year. And let me say this, as a band director, if I was put in that situation, I would have to let that happen, because with that what's going on in the society today. I had a young man that tried he wanted to try out to be on a majorette. And the hardest thing was trying to get him to fit with the style of what our majorettes was trying to do. It's not that we want him on the team, but he wasn't really good anyway. But it's not that we didn't want him on the team. It's just that it's hard to kind of like the look that you have for your team and it's kind of hard to bring that style into the team. So I wanted to ask that for the bands also. Coach J, I want your opinion on that. If you can give me your opinion on that.
Your opinion on what? Well, first of all, let me start by saying this here. Let me introduce myself.
Yeah, there you go.
I would be what I call one of the unsung heroes of auxiliaries from New Orleans. I've been in this game now for 22 years. I started out while I was the color guard captain at Old Pair Walker. I also was coaching Carter G. Woodson Majorettes. I've coached at Walker. I've coached at Carr. I've coached at Landry. I've coached at Woodson. I've coached at RCAA. I've coached at Wilson. I've coached at Fantasy. And I'm presently the coach right now at Side Tech Academy. So my years in the business speaks for itself alone. I don't just coach majorettes, okay? I have the ability to coach dance if I want to, but I choose to hire the dance coach. Okay, I coach color guards, I coach majorettes and flags single-handedly alone. It's a big task. First of all, let me take it back a second ago. Nina, you said something about how uncomfortable you were with guys teaching.
The whole
okay.
team.
The whole team?
The whole
okay.
team.
There's no reason to, because the derivative of a drum majorette comes from being a drum major itself.
Right.
Okay. All it is a twirling version of it. Now, whether or not you guys felt a little differently about how they teach, I teach my majorettes all day long. Oh, yes. I don't teach them to just twirl. I teach them to have attitude. I teach them how to shake, and I teach them how to dance. There's nothing uncomfortable about it. I don't understand how you got there.
Well, maybe that's as far as your experience. I'm just speaking from the time where we had to deal with that for a small portion of time, and we were just like, this doesn't make us feel good.
And I'm going to also to say whoever that was that made a comment about, no, not you. I seen a comment that somebody said something about males teaching majorettes. Get the fuck, but guess what? It's the new norm, goddammit. This is what we're here to do. We're going to do it. Let me tell you something.
I'm very open to it, but
I'm on it, sure you are. Yes.
I don't think it should be forced upon. And I think that's what happened with us. It was forced upon to be the normacy. And we were just like, well, we don't feel uncomfortable, so fix it.
Okay, gotcha.
I was at work when it happened to Nina and them. And it was uncomfortable to see. You know, it's like
everybody.
It wasn't just uncomfortable for the majorette, and it's not something that is like uncomfortable for like the lifestyle. It's different. It was a difference of what was the norm.
Change can always be good.
And at the moment, you're like, what's going on?
Right.
But then like ain't shit changed. You know, we still did what we did.
Well, you know, actually, I wonder the same fact. Like when a girl first tried out for drum major, when drum majors was all male, or when a girl first tried out for a color guard, when color guards was all male, should they have felt the same way?
I'm cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was an uncomfortable feeling for everybody when they seen that first female drum major. You know, that's the same thing she said when that first male dance instructor came. It was a difference. It's like, what the hell going on? Oh, why this girl is a drum major? Why this girl is on the drum in the drum section? You know, it's a difference. So that's what she's saying.
I'm gonna tell you this. Like, you also talking about that. That was 2011. Let me say this over time. So let's just bring it back. And it's a lot of things that changed in band when it came to like. When I went to Southern, they didn't even have a lot of girls that were in the band. You know, so you know, over time, like things do change. Like now, you can see the band, they have a lot of young ladies. 2010, 2012 is about the year when stuff started changing. When young men started being over the teens. But you've been in the game, you know what I'm saying? So, like in that year, in the 2012, I was closed-minded to a lot of stuff when it came to that stuff. Over time, I have opened up to a lot of things when it comes down to that. Because at the end of the day, I don't care what if it's a male, female. If you getting the best out of the kids, that's my main goal. You feel what I'm saying?
You know, I'm gonna say this though, and I don't want it to go like past what I'm about to say. The influence should only be the auxiliary.
Right.
And that's it. Anything past that is unacceptable because you are here to do a job, and that's what it should be. That should be it. All that other stuff that because there's a lot of stuff that turns you off, that turns me off, and it's from male and female. It should be all about that auxiliary, nothing more, nothing less. That's all I'm gonna say about that because I don't want to be hated.
But I'm gonna tell you like this. I have seen this man with his squads for years. When Nelson bust y'all laugh when they came to school on Halloween, that done. But I have seen his work, and he's a hella fried coach. I'm talking about like this man is a hella fried coach. Doug, hella fried coach. Money, hella fried coaches. You know what I'm saying? So when I see these guys doing this work, like these dudes really doing it for.
No. Let me piggyback. I'm gonna cut you off right there. Sometimes it's not even about the money, and it's not even about the aspect. It was more about the denial. And I'm gonna say the denial because of this here. We were denied so many opportunities, even in coaching or even to participate coming along in high school. A lot of people know that. You know what I'm saying? We were shown. I'm gonna be honest with you. Let's call a spade and the real. I don't care how you carry yourself or whoever you are. We were shunned because people called us the punks, the fags, gay, all that shit. But guess what? One thing they cannot say that we were not the best. You got us on your team. Guess what? You can guarantee you got a top-notch motherfucking squad. I go hard for mine 24/7. I just got off of Zoom and practicing with them through Zoom right now. People are amazed. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't care who get mad. Did anybody come to the Renew battle last year when we had the Renew battle at Everton? Of course you were there, Johnny. But if you look
for Renew bust Abe ass.
No. Ed Colorgos was not there. But Kennedy Colorgos was there. And no, we didn't bust their ass. We left them under the goddamn seat. And my captain of the color guard, who was in 6th grade, killed it.
Hold up. You really serious right now?
Oh, I'm dead serious.
Wait a goddamn second. No, let that man let him talk. No, Johnny, he's a guest. He's a guest, Johnny. Johnny, no, that brother's a guest. Let him see what he says.
I'm backing up with goddamn receipt. I got a video.
You coming down here?
Johnny.
This could be a motherfucker. I got receipts.
Johnny, you being rude, brother. You being rude. What you said, Coach J? Can we say Coach J? Coach J, what you say happened?
Was not that. It was Kennedy.
Let me say this. I'm gonna just tell you.
Coach J, what you say happened, brother?
Say what now?
What did you say happened? A lot of the people didn't hear you.
I thought he was thinking I was talking about Abe. Kennedy Colorgos was there. Abe Colorgos wasn't there.
Oh, and what happened?
No, I said we bust Kennedy Colorgos ass.
Oh, let me explain something about Kennedy Colorgos.
Wait, what's understood at all, ever.
Let me explain it was not gonna happen.
Talk your shit, Jay.
Huh? I ain't talking shit. I'm talking fact.
Nah, it's talk your shit.
Hold on, real quick. Durant, you try to buck something up. You need to shut up because we have some dirt on you.
Some dirt on who?
You. Chill out.
Hey, what you gotta say, dog?
We gonna save it, Matt. We saving it, right, Matt?
Look, I don't have nothing. I don't have nothing to say about any of that. All I know is this much, man.
There was another topic that came up. I was trying to chime in a little earlier. All right, somebody said something about the marching styles of the majorettes. I have a huge problem with the marching style of the majorettes of today.
Oh.
I have a huge problem with it.
Mia said the same thing.
I'm gonna tell you something. One thing I'm gonna give one squad, Johnny, your squad ain't lost that style because they high step. These majorettes want to come down the street thinking they miniature dancers on their toes, strut.
Talk your shit.
Pick your legs up. Let's go. What you got boots and taps on for? That's to make sound. Let's go.
I got a receipt too. I could pull up in my neighborhood.
Oh no, I know. I watch yours all the time. Sure do. They marched the house down. I gotta give them that.
I just want to say
that CPAA, that's the only two I see still rocking it.
I just want to say this. I don't know what this dude Johnny Van Buren did, but this dude came to Abe and just made a whole program just very nice. I mean, there's a lot of people that can learn from this guy.
No, I ain't gonna say all that. Because I didn't question why your majorette captain still twirling with 22s.
Who you talking about?
Yo, your captain.
I don't know. I don't know what 22. I know it's 22.
You know what 22s is? That's them little ass batons.
Hey,
that shit. What?
Hey, I'm gonna tell you. I don't want to tell you. I don't want to tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why when we go back. I'll tell you why. Yeah,
tell her upgrade.
No.
She need look. I don't think that no high school girl should be twirling with anything less than a 26.
I can tell you why. I'm gonna tell you. I'll tell you why.
Hey, Bobby Roy, Carmen Majorettes be killing it. Let's talk about them. I had a year with them. Me and Miss Smith. I had 1 year with Carmen Majorettes. Carmen Majorettes, I have to give their props to because they're the most well-rounded majorettes. Them girls are what you call feature twirlers. Them girls out there twirling lights. Them girls out there twirling fire. And guess what? Them girls out there killing it. They give you a broad band of everything that they need to do when it comes down to twirling. They're not basic.
Hold up. I know. You know where they got that fire idea from?
Where?
From Abe.
No, they didn't. Shit, man. I'm so sick of this shit.
No. I'm about to tell you. Remember when we had a big girl on our team that went viral, had 1 million views.
How long? When was that?
She graduated 2017.
No, sir. Guess what? Carmen been twirling fire since 1997, sir.
When? I ain't never saw that.
I didn't work there until 1999.
Well, the people at Carver, they couldn't even get.
That's a damn lie. And you can cherish that shit. They was twirling fire back then. They stopped them from twirling the fire because it was a liability for the school.
It's raining outside. Oh, but Carver. Now I don't want to say nothing bad. You're right.
The reason they twirled it. They stopped it because there was a liability to the school. And I was surprised that Cherish bought it back this year. But they only twirled it under the bridge and they cut them back off. That was it. They can't do it.
Carver is one of the best schools in the city of New Orleans. They are one of the best schools in the city of New Orleans.
Mm-hmm. Let's go, Jay.
All I know is
Lyric.
Let's go, Jay. Where you at?
All I'm gonna say is, I ain't gonna lie, Coach Jay, you be on your stuff, but I have never seen a Nelson team took a loss to your team.
No, thank you. I appreciate that.
Nelson was the epitome of middle school.
Jay, mute your phone, Jay.
Jay, where you go? Jay, there you go. What type of stuff going on here? Hey, but man, hey, Coach Jay, we got the flag.
Huh?
Jay about to. That's what Kennedy people do. That's what Kennedy people. That's what Kennedy people do. Y'all heard that shit? You talk about full shit. You about to curse somebody out. See, she thinks she back the captain of the Majorettes back at Kennedy in '97. That's what's going on at Kennedy.
Hey, people got cussed out.
We gotta go. Hey, I had said that. Let me say this. I said that question. I was just getting opinions. I know it's a touchy subject on all levels, but it's something that I think we should talk about. You know what I'm saying? And much respect to all those people that participate in every unit. I know we got to get out of here. Coach Jay, can you come on next week? Because we have flag team show next week. You make sure you come on early for the flag team.
I wish I could have came with that damn that drill squad show, and y'all had Oreo crazy ass on here for no reason.
Oreo, that's my dude. Darrell, yeah, man.
What you say? You didn't go to Kennedy? Oreo went to Kennedy, right?
Yep.
Oreo was one of my best friends for years.
Hold up. He used to work with you at over there at Side Tech.
No, he didn't. That's a lie.
No, Eddie Renew?
He never worked with us at all.
Oh, okay. No,
he worked on that.
Hey, we doing flag team.
We used to work together, but not at a school.
Hey, look.
Hey, let me say this. This will be my last comment. I appreciate how open y'all were and how everybody shared their opinion.
Yeah.
Especially on that last topic, and everybody respected everybody's opinion, even if they differed. I really appreciate that, Nina and Coach Jay. Real rap. That takes a lot of maturity, and us as people, we need to do more of that. More disagreeing and sometimes even when I come to the end of the conversation with you, we may not still agree, but I still respect you.
That's right. That's
You
all
know,
it is.
Thank
so
you, Nina,
I
for coming
appreciate
on
that,
for
brother and
Oliver
sister.
Perry
Real rap.
Walker.
Hey, Nina.
Thank you for coming
My
on for
feeder
Oliver
system is
Perry Walker,
Landry
Nina.
Walker.
You are a good, proud representation of Oliver Perry Walker, college and career preparatory high school and community center. I thank you
We
for
need
joining
others
us here.
possible.
I know I was late, but
All
I
right,
had
Nina.
stuff
All right,
to
fellow alumni.
Let me say this, Johnny, you a lie. Them people ain't getting no fire from you. Them people
I ain't
been
saying I'm
getting it.
that John.
Man, I don't
You
know
a
what.
lie.
I don't know what
I
get a black
ran
man
home.
in
I
trouble.
was in my car. I said, Lord, let me get home to my Wi-Fi because this man is on here perpetuating a lie.
So hold up. You saying that they didn't get that from Ed?
Carver been doing that for years
Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Jay.
and years. Hey,
They didn't waste
Jonathan
no gas.
Maroon.
Oh, people ain't gonna waste no gas. Come on, man. I don't want to talk about Carver.
Okay, Carver been doing that for years. Stop it, baby.
I just told
And
y'all
then
that
man,
Carver is one of the best schools in the city of New Orleans. Like, I don't have a problem. Like, I love Carver. My daddy went to Carver. So, I mean, I have nothing but respect for Carver.
but that's where your girls got that fire from. Don't
No,
let
they
your girls
didn't.
lie to you and say
No,
they
they
came
didn't.
up with it.
Well, I just said that Carver is. Carver
Well, I
is.
can tell you that's where everybody got them down lights from. That's the show.
Matt, Carver is the epitome of what schools should be in the city of New Orleans.
We ain't say all that.
So
Shit. I
Hey,
mean, I like Carver. Ain't nothing against Carver, but I mean,
hey, but seriously,
it ain't come out my mouth.
next week we got the show on flag team, and then we got some special stuff about to happen. We have the nomination for the best everything from pre-Katrina to post-Katrina. So please don't miss that
I
show.
might have to come and to the flag team show y'all all 19 of mine last year. I think I had the damn biggest flag team it was last year.
What school was that?
Tech.
And Petty Eddie, make sure you fix your eye next time you talk to me. Also, so we have the nomination show that's going to be after the flag team show, and then we're going to have the award show. The award show, we giving out awards for whoever nomination is, whoever won. The best majorettes of back then and now. The best flag team of back then and now. Drill team, dance team, band directors, so on. The person that hold the flame old people from back then and now. All them people gonna be nominated, man. Like Roller Coaster Chris from Jazzland, all them people. Yeah, man, you got to nominate all these people. Like this is what we're going to have the show on. We got a flag team next week, then a nomination show, then we're giving out awards. I mean, I know, back then, they didn't want aid. Now we have
They
the
still don't want.
So I'm just going to tell you what it is,
They still don't want.
in the back of
I
the
mean, Johnny, I'm gonna give you your
But
props.
school pride is a motherfucker
Nice.
I see on here, huh?
Your little
Hey,
program nice because you
man,
know how to
Coach
run
J,
a
you hear
program.
him, huh?
So I mean,
let me say this.
I ain't mad.
Let me say this. It just wasn't aid. This was done at Nelson.
That's what I'm saying. Like your program nice because you know how to run a program.
It was done at College Prep.
So if you would have went to any other school, you would be hollering about any other school. It ain't about them little. No.
I'm not at any other school. I'm at, Reed. A lot of people talk about, but Reed really need me, to be real with you. But since they're not gonna have me, they're gonna get punished. Since Dolan always want to say something. But shout out to all the band directors. Shout out to all the coaches, all the sponsors that do this on a regular basis. And let me say this. I always say this when we have these shows about dance team majorettes. These people don't even get paid. Like they get stipends. Most of them get stipends. Like they may get an after check. Like they don't really get paid. So it really, anybody that you see is a coach or sponsor, they're really doing this out of love. Like
we're paying it forward.
Yeah. Correct. So like
definitely that. And do let me say this before we go out, because I heard y'all talking about this earlier too. Yes, the new generations have made this such a hard time for us. It's not the easiest to deal with this new generation. And I'm telling you, I've been coaching majorettes since '99 and other teams too, and it's just changed a lot. It's not the easiest, so we have to bite our tongue quite a lot. It's a lot a lot of shit that we have to take in order just to get our point across and to do our job. And these kids will come at you like a boat, bro.
Well, you said they come at you like an adult.
They'll come at you like an adult. Yes, sir.
These little girls talk to y'all.
Oh, and that's my problem. I'll tell them in a minute. I don't coach women. I coach young ladies.
They tell I walk in there and tell them, look, I got children y'all age, and they still will come at you.
Nah, you really got children older than their age, but
bro, we didn't ask you all that. I know my children are older, and I don't do it. Don't do it.
Hold on, I saw a comment in here. Terrence Jemison said he's they were the best drum instructors in today's time. I think you did your thing. You did a nice job, but
yeah, he was at West Jeff, huh?
He did a nice job. If you want somebody to toot your horn, you did a nice job, Terrence.
There you go, Terrence. Oh, tutu.
So, so I just telling y'all, man. Much respect to all y'all and what y'all do. Meaning, are you at a school right now?
Yeah, I'm at capital.
Huh?
Like college or?
No. Are you at a school?
Like coach, your coach.
Yeah, I'm at Capitol Middle.
Oh, okay, all right, good job. Hey, Jay, you at a school? No, right? You open to being at a school, or you just?
Chilling? Oh yeah, I'm open to do another school. I'm good with that, but no, I'm not at a school right now.
So if anybody,
call me, Jay. Yeah, we got time.
All
right.
Just like that. Jay, you come by me. Well, no, you at the Kennedy. Oh, that rhyme. You can come by me, but you're with the Kennedy.
Johnny, why you don't go teaching yourself?
Oh, Darrell. Let me say this, Darrell. Before you say anything else. Well, chill out. I'm trying to save you from hurt, harm, and danger. You know, it was said that you was friendly Bob back in the days without asking for numbers.
That's not what
friendly
was
Bob. When you say friendly Bob and done what?
You did not get any kind of activity while you was in high school.
Johnny being petty,
so, trying to say you a lame, bro. Don't let them play with you like that, no.
Hey, Matt. They say they
don't let them play with you like that.
Don't put Matt in this.
They talk to the doorknob.
Hey, you can say what you want, and I'm already. I was watching the show when y'all was talking about this, but you can say what you want. I was who I was at Walker.
Brandon,
like that.
Hey, B. Kelly. That's where I was trying to send her, sir.
Pull up.
That's exactly where I was trying to send her. Hey, holler at me, Jay. That's your job talking right there.
What up, Cubby? What up, K5?
I can't stand Dolan, but put up Dolan comment. But guess what? The crazy thing is Dolan wasn't getting none either. He was playing with comic books.
Man, okay, listen, real quick. Check this out. Hey, everybody that's in the comments right now, we got 41 people watching, and we got 25 likes. If all y'all can go on and like and share this, honestly, man, it get petty, but we try to put out some good content every week. And honestly, man, these last few weeks I done learned a bunch of myself. I always knew it was super competitive. Like I could always tell that, but I didn't know as much went into it. I didn't know as much went into it. I also learned how much Jade. I didn't realize people were spending that much money on them damn uniforms. Lord Jesus Christ! Them uniforms, that's ridiculous.
Oh man! And then wait, see when we were
$1,000. Wait, I'm sorry. $1,000 for what?
Wait. When we was in high school,
that's crazy.
Right, Jay?
What you say?
When we was in high school, you had that one damn sequin uniform. My damn MAJORETTES got 5 sequin uniforms.
And see, that's the difference than them. It's way.
And I'm telling you, they got budgets out here $2,000. And I'm gonna tell you something.
What am I getting for $2,000? No. What am I getting for $2,000?
You gonna get
because I'm gonna tell you right now.
There is no way. I've been doing this too long. Them uniforms is not that much. You might be.
I'm gonna tell you right now. For $2,000, my baby better be a martial artist and everything else. When she better learn basic self-defense.
Bro, I feel old because when I was in school, my budget was like $300 and something. Like, and that was.
I thought your budget was a lot. I ain't gonna lie.
So what they doing? Pocketing the money?
They pocketing the hell out of that money. Oh.
So majorettes don't pay half of your tuition because they gonna pocket that bitch anyway.
Y'all better.
Man, she said they got 7 uniforms.
You need to have a
they have
GoFundMe
seven.
page. You gotta have a
They not. It's way more
You
competitive.
gotta do it all if you're majorette.
It's way more competitive.
Johnny's sponsoring somebody.
Look
Johnny
good
gonna
on the
sponsor
side.
3 majorettes.
For who? For what school? Our majorette school. Let me tell you this. I'm not that. Hey, bro, we gotta get out of here, man. But look,
I sponsor them at the 300, but I mean we that
Up
2,000.
until
Nothing. I
nothing
get them a
past that.
uniform. Me and somebody could go in it, like me and some of my friends. We could pyramid scheme it or something.
you got a majorette budget $2,000.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna make y'all a uniform. Just send me the money.
Talk to Warren Easton.
Their majorette budget not that much.
Really?
No
No more?
not. I know a major. I
No
know
more?
a captain.
No
I know the
more?
captain right now. It's not.
Oh, they used to be that much.
Well, yeah.
That's
Some years
ridiculous.
ago it
I'm
was.
sorry. If my Nina, I really respect you and what y'all do, but I'm gonna be completely honest with you. My baby would only have 4 of the uniforms.
Well, we
And
marched
Well, your baby
in front
wouldn't be
of
marching.
Rollins, so
okay, well, those events where y'all need them 3, give my baby getting the main 4 outfits, and then
Ain't no
the other
main 4.
3 that y'all just doing conventions and shit in. She don't need that. The practice get up, all of that, and they ain't doing none of
Your
that.
baby ain't even on the team. Your baby just got put off because you
For $2,000, we gonna get this down to about 1,100.
That you is gonna pay this money for your
Jay,
baby.
we gonna get it down to
You raise your
1,100. We
baby.
gonna
Jay,
Jay,
About your business.
we're in a pandemic, man. Come on, that's a lot.
Was it the majorette captain at Warren Easton announcer product also?
Oh shit.
No.
Okay, right, let's shut
She
the shit down.
actually Cab though.
I'm
She went to
sick.
Cab though. Let's say that because when Cab though didn't have a band in Marshall Lake area one year, and she was at Cab. No, she didn't go.
I know 1 year. It wasn't just no 1 year.
Hey, look, Coach J, I got one question before we go.
Yes, sir.
How does it feel marching behind or in front of a poor ass band? How do you stay on beat and shit? How do you stay on beat? Like, I'm not saying your band. I'm just saying, like, in general.
You talking about Chanel. Say the man name. You talking about Chanel.
Oh, wait, no. Let me tell you something. One thing about
No, I'm not talking about no band in general. I'm just talking about.
Okay, well, behind and in front of a cool ass band, I've never done that really. Not with Renew, not with Sci Tech Academy or RCAA. Because one thing I can tell you about Tanel that he might have his issues with other people or things, but that man is one hell of a goddamn teacher.
Right. Hey, look, Coach J, I'm not talking about. Listen. I'm not talking about no particular band.
Okay, all right now.
I know you had one poor ass band out of your 20-something years teaching.
Yeah, I mean,
how you gonna
new bands was in that hot.
That's not the question. That's the question.
That's why they be messing with you, bro.
Oh, wait, let's see.
New bands was in that hot. I'm gonna be real with you. I'll tell Tanel in his face. When the new band was in that hot.
Well, I came to Tanel. What year was? 15 or 16.
Y'all be marching out beating shit like when they not getting it together. Like,
well, actually, I came the year before. When we brought 35 ass.
That's the year we did that battle at with y'all at y'all school. That was your
first he did that at 35.
No, I'm talking about when Nelson did that battle at with y'all. You was there. That was your first year?
No, sir.
Came into school.
Oh no! Oh yeah, I remember that battle. No, I came like 3 weeks later.
Oh yeah, you know why you came, right?
Huh?
Obviously.
You know why he got you there, right? Why he got you there 3 weeks later, right?
Oh well, I don't know.
He couldn't take it no more than else. He kept busting his ass. That's what happened. He was trying to get some people around him. He was trying to be like
John is trying to start shit. I wasn't talking about this particular band. I'm just saying in general.
Yeah, you was. Stop
Nina never had to march in front of a cool band, so she don't know. So what? I'm in general for like any school, whatever school it was. Like, do y'all march on beat or do y'all get mad? Go to the band director or something like that?
Don't be like that all your life, for real.
What are you talking about? The Rock ask you a question?
Yeah.
You ever march in front of some Pooh majorettes?
Yeah. But it wasn't at Walker though. It was in Houston.
Oh Lord have mercy! I'm about to say. Okay, we're about to go for somebody beating got into it. Listen, we appreciate all of the guests.
Walker MAJORETTES was coached by the best, and they were really good and on point. I'm watching Houston though. They had one baton. And I don't know what they were doing. It was terrible. But I went to Walker from 09 and 12.
Hey, Coach Jay, stay on after because I want to tell you about the girl. Man, thank y'all for coming out. God bless you. Good night. See y'all next week.
All right.